Mm. Yep.
Walking through the double doors, search for you in the crowd. If we were really meant to be, I'd turn this place upside down. But now that I'm older, I guess I know better. At least that's what they always said. But I'd always hope that things would flip and go the other way. All of the reasons, all of the countless things that I could say won't matter now. They wouldn't have changed a thing anyways. 'Cause all the other angels are taking up your time. And I never needed too much attention, so I don't know. All the other angels trying hard to see from. I guess it's the chorus, some illusions right now I feel so. But don't hear me out in the wrong way. I know it's hard for you to
Thursday night. Anyway, I won't get first time. I probably won't get flagged playing my intro song because actually that's an original from my daughter. I don't know if Donna knew that. She's watching me in the green room right now. Hi, girl. She can see me. If you like that, she can give me the thumbs up. Hope that was a thumb. Two thumbs up, and they're both thumbs. Could be worse. Could have the other finger, right? Anyway, I'm gonna spend a couple minutes without her, lonely on this Thursday night. How you guys doing? Oh, I gotta look up. All right, there you go. I'm still not used to that yet. Uh, lot to talk about, I guess. For the handful of people that will join us tonight. Some reason it's still crazy everywhere. My daughter just got back from Stony Creek, and she left here a couple hours ago, several hours ago, as a matter of fact. And I had to go fix my other daughter's phone because she dropped it, so I had to go back and forth a couple times. And and then I thought, oh wait, she's not back, you know. And when she's here in Michigan or my side of town, I get a little more nervous when she goes out than when she's 200 miles away, almost near school. It just seems safer there, even though she's only a few minutes from Grand Rapids. But then well, it's funny because that general concern, I texted her probably about a little more than half hour ago. And she said, yeah, yeah, I'm coming home. And then she comes home and she tells me, I guess the cops came to Stony Creek and dispersed the crowd. Stony Creek, what's going on at Stony Creek? I mean, you're like miles with trails and roads from anywhere. But I guess a big fight broke out. And in my entire life, I've never seen a fight break out, even when they have like, parties there. So I don't know what was going on. But I have a theory on that, and I could be wrong because everybody's having theories. If you like, we like to watch all the news channels, and we try to keep it positive here, but we have to be real at the same time, right? And I think, and I came up with this the other probably a week or so ago. Land mines, if you want to put it like however you want to look at it. It's like no matter what you say, where you're at, with who you are with, especially in the age of all of a sudden this transparency that seems to have given us this commonwealth of opinions, if you will. And I think about certain things that I'm sure most people became vapid with a long time ago, which was my son. And of course, I've lost people since then, including the other day. And, like we all have, right? And in fact, my co-host has gone through some stuff too, pretty significant. And it doesn't really there's so many things. I mean, there's people right now that are in hospital for a variety of reasons, and people can't go visit them. And then, I got a funeral I got to go to in a couple of days, and I don't even know how that's going to go. Right. So, but yet everybody's kind of throwing caution to the wind. I live right here on Rochester and Square Lake in the busiest part of Troy next, actually. And I'll tell you right, everything's open. Everything's triple packed, open, whatever. But that song I just played, I didn't play all of it because it's only 2.5 minutes long. but it was she wrote it actually before, way before, actually a few months before. And then I'm just guessing because I know she gave it to me back in June of 2019 after watching a movie with my son and I were watching this movie by not the Hans, the Jonas Brothers. That's right. And it was called Chasing Happiness on Netflix or one of those things. And, it was a great story. And I said, wow, I've got a whole studio set up down here where I could actually make that. And I never really have because I'm just too, like, I was playing behind her, whatever. I don't play with my left hand, but I somehow the way this is set up, I do. But anyway, the point being is that I didn't know she even sang or wrote. And I know she plays the piano. She's been classically trained for years, but she's very quiet of the three. And a lot of people thought because it's called Other Angels, it was written about her brother, for her brother. And it wasn't written after, it was written before, but it might have been about her brother. I don't know. But it's kind of ironic. So I decided to play it tonight because of the 9-month anniversary of in a couple hours. And I'm going to bring Donna on in about 2 minutes. I'm going to give her a little head start. So, because I see her looking down. But just in case people are wondering, 9 months, I don't know, because I think by the time a year goes by in September or, Labor Day weekend, I'll probably run out of pictures by then. Um, but most importantly, you know, whether I spend the rest of my life, however short or long that may be, with my boy, thinking about it, I still have been progressive in a lot of activities. And I see the world around me and it makes me laugh because I'm thinking, I'm trying to do things. I'm working out more. I'm reaching out to people that have reached out to me. I've done as much as I can possibly do. And I know, I know Donna hates it, and a few other people go, I always beat myself up on it. But it's like sometimes I wonder because it's like, we're trying to promote people, love their life stories. I've sent out. It's so weird because I get so many messages and I've responded almost right away, even back months ago. And here I reach out to people that I know that could come on here and talk about motivational things that they've gone through, really horrific things, but make it positive. People promoting businesses, especially more now than ever, because you're only going to get, if you spend 10 grand on a TV station or with a radio station, you're only going to get, 15 minutes of fun. And, and here you can come on as long as you want. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm just, thinking after we do this for another 3 weeks, the end of June, that we can stop because I don't think that whatever we've done has made the world better. I'm getting a complex, to be honest with you. Hey, Jared, how you doing, buddy? I really am because it's like, okay, I know that instantly a lot of people were like, pushing away because, I've heard it. No, and I get that. Okay. So we'll get past that. Then the holidays and the cold weather. Okay. No problem. Then all of a sudden this coronavirus came along, and that was sucker punched everybody. And then as the weeks and months progressed, people were losing money. They were getting depressed. You hear all these horrible stories, good, bad, whatever. Some people wouldn't leave their house, their basement, their closet. Some people, and some probably still there. And then there's, of course, the other people that decide, who cares? You know what I mean? If a laser beam comes out and, cuts off their arm and legs, we're still going outside. So I got that. And I'm thinking, okay, we'll deal with that. We'll deal with that. Nothing could get worse than that. Time will go by. I'll try to be positive. I'll try to use, blah, 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 whatever I hear in my head that comes out with. And then what's going on TV now? And this thing, man, it's going every day. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's making people even more angry, more crazy, more mad. And I think at Stony Creek, my theory is that even if they had it's like the Woodward Dream Cruise everywhere, doesn't it? It's like, what's going on every day? Everybody's outside, and it's a mixed bag of people. So I don't know what's going on. But okay, and I think people are just getting so angry at each other that's maybe something happened at the thing. You could be at the gas station and talking about something, and something might erupt. Who knows? Be careful with the gas pumps, please. And then of course, my personal thing. I mean, it's like I can't even grieve over a really cool person in my life. I mean, we have in-laws and cousins and whatnot, but it's funny, and I'm almost done. Is that this guy was so cool, And I think we all have that in our life. We have that person that isn't supposed to bring us happiness or provide us with anything. I mean, he's a guy, he was a man, he was older, and yeah, he was always cool and funny, even before he had kids. And then when he had kids, it didn't go, okay, like some people when they get kids, they just disappear, right? You got right, ladies, you got the friends and oh, I got three kids over here, I gotta take care of right. Or people that become grandparents, they decide not to hang out with the other, people because it becomes a different part of their life. And the other people are like, well, what happened to us? And it's like, well, until it happens to you, something good or bad, you don't really understand it, which is basically a lot the root of every kind of conversation you can have out there. You can't understand it, you can't experience it until you actually live it or it happens to you. That's just most of my observation with everybody out there. But if it doesn't happen to you, you're going to have that kind of really either positive or egregious opinion or feeling or whatever. But it's like, I don't know how to feel because I don't want to add to the doom and gloom. But his kids, who are I know, I DJ'd one of their wedding, Brody and his wife. Amazing couple. That was years ago, and they're still together. They're in the picture that I provided today, and I feel like I'm doing something with my face lately. It's like a nervous twitch or something I added. But the thing is that I think that we're having this kind of conversation along with trying to be positive. So it's like, okay, I've got these building blocks and it's just a certain amount of equipment and time and things. I've asked everybody else kind of, hey, why don't you guys do something? That's why you see me sharing. Sometimes I'll share stuff I don't even know them that well. I don't know Kenny Privet that well. I mean, I've done one gig for him many years ago, but I'll share it. I'll share my friend Matt Casilla, who's doing his quarantine coffee thing from up north or wherever he's at. Anybody else, because I'm thinking, okay, maybe I don't, I want somebody that's maybe more youthful or more happy or more connected or popular, like Chris Swanson. Like, him and I were, I was up there to see him. He's got like 20 million people following him right now, and that's what's good. I try to follow that, and if I get like 20 people, I'm having a good day, right? It's like whatever. And he doesn't have a studio. He's got a multi-million-dollar house and I've got his, cruddy basement, but it's like, maybe I think sometimes that, maybe this is just for me and Donna and a couple people. But when I get those messages in the process of thinking about my son today, 9 months ago, in fact, it was about this time 9 months ago. And, I was at U of M with a bunch of people, my brothers, my family, and I had not slept probably a total of 3-4 hours in the entire time I was there, maybe 5, I don't know, 6. I'm kidding, and it was around this time that the doctors kept coming in and out. We already made the decision a couple hours ago, back around 5:36, that we were gonna, they had to prep him for his organ transplants for the Gift of Life people. They were there like white on rice. They had a whole crew. It was like amazing. I mean, it was like, it was like an army, whatever, kind of at a loss, and then they had to transfer him in and out and in and out. And there was, just a lot of emotion, a lot of things going on. And I knew by, I don't know, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, it took us that long. We were there till a few hours from now. And I'm sitting there walking around going, man, I'm never going to see my kid again. They're going to cut him up. They're going to take him apart. And then when I saw him at the funeral, and I've posted pictures before and video, and I probably will again, because it's not because I'm trying to scare you off and more, but if I lose anybody because of it, that's okay. Because you guys have been to funerals before, but sometimes you got to look and see what somebody goes through in a real live fashion. And that's what I heard the most of by hundreds and hundreds of people right away, that they hated it. They go, oh my God, what are you doing? Are you nuts? You're crazy. But then they go, thank you for doing it. Not one person didn't say thank you for doing it. Cousins, friends, family, people I haven't never met, because it scared them into their own realities, nothing identical to me or my son, but their own personal, however they processed it, their process. So now it's Thursday, June 4th, 2020. We're in the middle. We're almost at the halfway point, right? Let's see. January, February, March, April, May. Now we're into the 6th month. Okay. So we're halfway there almost. And what happens? I mean, I think the only glue that we have is Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, the internet, smartphones, and a way to try to kill each other. And I probably could have my own army for that reason alone. And I would just be an army of one. And I mean, I'm an old guy. I mean, I'm not Superman by any means. In fact, probably the opposite of Superman. But when Donna gets on here with me, and some people click on and participate, it's really for those people that when someone knocks on your door and they want to sell you cookies or they want to sell you shingles for your roof or your lawn, whatever you're getting in the, it's like, oh dear Lord, go away. I know that most people are like, oh whatever, and I get it because I'm kind of the same way. But when I'll go to the door, I go, what, I would love to have your lawn cup, but I already have it. Or I talk my way out of it so that at least they feel like they'll walk away going, okay, and I go, yeah, but if somebody needs it, I'll give me your card. I'll let you, even if I just put it on the table somewhere. I try to, because I know what it must be like, and I don't think we receive people that way. I've noticed that most people don't receive anybody like that. They're like, when you see somebody coming to your door, you treat them like, oh shit, no, oh, don't answer the door, and then some people will go, no, I don't want to clank, and I'm like, what must it be like to be in that position where you got to sell cookies or bicycle or not bicycles, encyclopedias? Well, they don't do that anymore. What else do they sell? Whatever. Somebody that actually has to can't use the internet, flyers, whatever. They want to go and they're trying to sell you something. And you got to treat them like, wow, like that job must suck. I mean, even calling people, hello, would you like to buy some insurance? And like, oh, I got to go. And then they get, your boss teaches you how to have a script to keep them on the line and take no for an answer and all that other crap. So I think that's how we are to each other now. I think it's like, oh God, I don't want to, It's like, I don't even want to leave the house. To be honest with you, if I could leave this planet, I probably would be the first guy on the plane. I'd probably I would hijack a spaceship. I would. I'm like, get out of the way, E.T. Get out of the way. I mean, Predator and whatever else is out there. I mean, I would go ballistic. I'd just get out of here. But you know what? In the meantime, I'm going to try to make somebody happy. And if that works, great, because there's 6 of us. And if 3 of you feel, or 4 of you feel like that, Dawn is the better host, then, well, at this point, is she ready? Where'd she go? I was going to bring her on. Oh, there she. Are you there? Did she leave? She's. Oh, you bring yourself on. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Are you having problems?
No, I was letting you talk.
I said, click yourself on.
Oh, well,
click yourself on.
I did, but then I think you clicked me at the same time.
Yeah, we do that a lot, by the way. If you ever see, sometimes we'll click on the comments or the answers, or I'll click it because we both have the ability to click. So, and what's funny is that we both have like 12 buttons to click, and we always click the same ones. It's kind of weird. It's actually good and bad. Samir said he's watching. He's in FB jail for 3 days.
Who?
Samir. He just texted me. He said, I'm watching, but I can't like it or comment. That's great. Hey, Samir.
Wait,
Man, you ugly.
did he text you?
He just texted me. He can't get on. Hey, Michelle, how are you? Hey, Jared.
Watching us.
Hey, Jared, do you want to come on? Hey, Jared, do you want to come on? Give me that thumbs up. I'm just going to click people on because I got an easy way to do it now. Let's just do that. Want to do that? You want to say something first? Because, I like it. You always do something different with your hair.
No, I didn't. I'm not going to lie. I was sleeping and I didn't even.
Look, I cut my own hair again today. And if you look, it's like missing pieces.
I can hear myself back.
What? Huh? You can't hear yourself back?
I can hear myself back when I talk.
Oh, you getting an echo?
Yeah, all my phones are off.
You're not echoing over here.
That's weird.
You want to click it off and click it on again?
Yeah.
You already said it. Go ahead, try it. So how you guys doing? Everybody good? Let's see. Linda's there. Okay, she back? How about now?
I don't think I can. Wait, hold on.
I think you made it worse.
No, I think it's good now.
It's good now?
Yeah, I could hear something like it coming back to me for some reason.
Well, that's good. I got to tell you something real quick. That Vitamix I bought, You know, I've had a Vitamix for a long time, but it didn't have that one extra feature with that special container to mix something with. And I've, because I couldn't make smoothies the way that they make them like at a smoothie place. I mean, they make great shakes. Don't get me wrong, with the regular blender, but this one, it goes upside down. You put the ice in first, and then you put in whatever else. I was putting banana, spinach. I told you earlier, flaxseed, everything I could think of. I mean, normally when you just guess and you just hodgepodge things together, especially vegetables and fruit, it's a recipe for disaster all day, right? I've never had, and I swear on my soul, and I've been a tropical smoothie guy, and I've been a smoothie guy anywhere in the country, even before they came out with that. I love smoothies and shakes. And I made by accident 3 or 4 in a row that are so good. I don't even want to go leave the house. This thing is the greatest invention. And my daughter actually kind of got me started because she works at not the smoothie one, but the more healthier version, what she used to. And plus she's a vegan health nut. And oh my God, I'm crazy. I'm gonna get so ripped. I'm gonna get Jason Momoa ripped. I'm gonna make him look small. You're gonna go, man, my co-host. Jason got nothing on him. Just for an old guy, oh, here all the blue hair ladies. Oh, he's looking
Oh
good.
yeah. If you know what? I don't remember how old you are.
You don't?
But I noticed I don't see gray hair.
I got a few. I got some in here. I got a few on the sides.
I know. I'm getting randomly.
That's how
A
it works.
little one here, a
That's how
little
it
one
works.
there.
What do you think? They just come in like nice and neat, No.
Well, I don't know. I've been tweezing
I don't care
them
about
out.
the face, but if you get I got one was coming in here and one. I was like, oh, I shouldn't even say that. I mean that tops the X-Lax story, doesn't it? Right? I should have never even said that one. God, I'm putting myself on the chopping block. How do we only have 7 people? We should at least see 70 so they can laugh at me.
No.
Seriously, take your frustrations, your anger, anything. Take it out on me. Just take it out on me. So anyway, let's see. Are they super expensive? You know what, Michelle? I tell you what. I was on Costco. I had one for 15 years that I bought at Costco, and you could take stuff back. Certain things you can take back forever. But I can't do that. Plus, I was going to give somebody a deal. This because they're built like tanks, the Vitamix. I've seen the bullets. My daughter has the bullet. They got the ninjas. Ninjas suck. I shouldn't say they suck. I mean,
Wait, didn't you used to have one?
that's the same one I had. That's
Yeah.
the one I had. Yeah, I just sold it. And the reason I had a hard time selling it was because, I bought a new blade. It cost me like $8. If you buy it from them, it's like $75. But I found it on Amazon. I go, man, I hope this one works, and it worked great for. But anyway, so it's in pretty much great condition, and I sold it for like $90. I could have sold it for more because on Facebook or not Facebook, eBay, they're like 150 or 120, 125 to 50. But what happened was Costco had it for the one that I bought. They had one more above it, and I was going to get it, but it was $100 more. But it was normally $3.99 for $2.99. And what happened was I bought it, and it came with a lot more stuff because I paid over $300 for it 15 years ago on sale. I'm gonna tell you something. Starbucks, smoothie places, any place you go, it's the exact same thing. It's the exact same one. Your gym, and it makes it. You can make margaritas perfectly, better than wherever you go. You can make soup with it. You spin it. It's got such powerful motor. After 2 minutes, it gets hot, and you put all this stuff in it, and then whatever. It's like I never used it for soup except one time. But the smoothies. Let me tell you something. I put enough stuff in here that there ain't no Corona that would kick my butt ever. I'm even tempting it now. I'm like, come on, get it. Come on, give me, because I want to see if my diet works. And what's 4? Yeah, it's 4. Yeah, it's about 400, but I got it for $2.99. So they always have it on sale. I think they still might have it on sale if you go on Costco.com, or at the store. But I'm going to tell you something. They last forever. And you know how you get like a regular, like I got a Krups blender. In fact, somebody wants it. I got it cheap. I saw it for 25. I paid $100. Don't even want it. It grinds the ice up so fast and so fine. You know how if you get a cheap blender, like you're choking on chunks of ice, forget it. You don't want that. And I don't know, I'm gonna tell you something. Like 30 seconds. It's even got a pulse button, which my last one didn't. So, like, let's say you just want to add a little bit more, what do you call it, more mixing and all that kind of stuff. So I know we're not going to get on the whole Vitamix thing, but I used to sell them for the guys when I'd walk into Costco because they have like a big display and they'd give everybody, oh, you can make ice cream with them, you know, like really healthy ice cream. And it's really cool. Or you can even add ice cream and if you add ice with ice cream and all your stuff, that's what gives it the extra, like the Dairy Queen style shake. Because, you know, when you make them at home, it has a weird different taste. You add ice, it makes it colder. It makes your shake colder than the regular.
You mean the consistency of it?
That too. Yeah. It's good. You can make Hummers with it. Anything, any kind of, you know, liqueur, frozen drink like that, just like that. So you can make healthy drinks and you can make some fun drinks, right? Healthy and hearty, I guess. Okay. So where are we at?
I have the Ninja. I like my Ninja blender thing.
What's that?
The Ninja blender. I think it's like it has different things. So you could like use it as a food processor. It mixes dough. It has like different things with it.
So yeah, and well, it does. Well, no, that's what the same thing with the Vitamix. You can make bread, dough, whatever. I'm not making bread with, you know. I've seen my ex-wife used to make bread in this little thing, and you know, and then the top
and a bread maker.
Yeah, she made a bread. She had a bread maker, and it was a little thing about the size of a toaster, or maybe a little bit bigger, you know, whatever. And then you know, it took all day, and then it comes out real funky, like a big puffy hat. You know what I'm saying? And and then the bread is like it's so porous. It doesn't have that fine consistency like to make. Like you could never put peanut butter on it because it's like a big waffle.
I've never made bread in a bread mixer. Well, actually, I take that back. I think when bread mixers first came out, my mom had bought one, but then she ended up not liking it, and she just used it like one time, and she just went right back to going the old school way, you know, bread pan and putting it in the oven.
Yeah. So, you know, that's kind of I'm looking at some of the protests going on out there. So I got to watch them. I wish they were all parades, but what else?
I noticed a lot of celebrities have been going out on those protests too.
Oh, finally. Well, you know, some cities said that they were actually giving away food and people were actually buying it to support the business. You know what I mean? Like they came out and gave away free food and free water to the, you know, and what happened, and, you know, the people started like buying. Now, maybe you guys heard it. I don't know. Because, you know, there's so many conflicting reports, you know, good stories and bad stories. You know, I'm like, oh, gee, Lord. Anyway, I just like the fact that I heard, you know, that people were actually supporting. And there was like, you know, like these Mediterranean or some kind of food place, you know, whatever, they were giving away food and, you know, people were buying it and protecting the business too. They're like, hey,
well, where's this at that you read that? What city?
I heard it today. I'm watching something in Portland and it kind of confused me. I'm trying to think what city. I think it was on the West Coast somewhere. I can't give you exactly,
but that's good to hear.
I heard it, you know, and it was on a news station, so it wasn't like you know, something that was just made up. It's just like, you know, they're having a, what do you call it, a protest on Hall Road, you said?
They don't know. The article I read said they don't know if it's 100%, but they're having one Saturday between like 4:30 to 6:30 on Hall Road in Sterling Heights, starting at the circle, the Sterling Heights corridor sign down to Macomb County or Macomb Community College.
Well, there you go, kids. Bring some cotton candy, your swim gear. What's the weather going to be like? It's going to be nice and sunny out. A little chance of rain.
I have no clue. I didn't even look at that.
Yeah, but I got funeral arrangements I got to attend to, and these people were there for me. You have no idea.
It's gonna be nice out. It's gonna be sunny. 81 is the high. It says.
Oh, there you go.
Good. Friday's gonna be 91 is the high. Well, in my area where I live.
91.
That's what it says for Friday. It's going to be
Yeah. Is
partly
it me
cloudy.
or the weather channel on my app? Like, one day it's 69, one day it's this. I'm talking about the same day. Within 24 hours, I'm watching the weather change. I'm like,
I mean, that's because the
do I
weather
bring a
channel,
coat? Do I turn on the air? What do I
I
do?
feel like the weather channel, the weather meteorologists, like they don't really know.
It
What the,
gets worse. You know what's funny? Years ago, because I used to run into like a lot of media people everywhere I go, right? Chuck Gatica, Ben Bailey and stuff. I just all these different
Bill
guys.
Bonds?
Ben Bailey, Bill's gone. Bill's dead.
You said when you were younger, right?
You know, my brother hung out with his son and daughter. And did I ever tell you? Want me to tell you a bad story? I shouldn't. I'm gonna tell you since you brought it up. I'm gonna tell you a bad story.
I brought up Bill Bonds.
Well, here's a true story. So one Saturday morning, I go visit my brother, at his house with my mom and dad because I lived in Kego Harbor, and he was hanging out with this, nice looking kid. His name was John Bonds. I think it was John Bonds. You're going back 30 years ago or more, and they were hanging out because we went to Our Lady of Refuge, and which was right next to St. Mary's off of Commerce Road, and I think Bill Bonds and his, lived, in that area. Well, I think he had a daughter, if I'm not mistaken. And I was over at the house and he gets a call. My mom called called upstairs. They had a really big home, like a 4-level, huge home. And I think she said, "Hey, is John still here?" And Roy goes, "Yeah." And he had to go downstairs and use the phone. He found out his sister was killed coming back from I think Michigan State by a drunk driver. And then that happened to another friend of mine I went to school with. I didn't like him at all in 7th, 8th grade, but then I saw him again years later. I was attending some classes at OCC Farmington, and his name was Todd. And he had a twin sister named Tina, who I used to have a crush on. She was gorgeous. She was, I remember one time she was crying because she got a B. She was an all A student, but she was beautiful. That's my 9th grade or 8th grade crush. But anyway, so I saw him and we sat there and I thought, okay, Todd, and he had a brother and sister that were older. Really, it's like they were born perfect, right? And him and I talked in the hallway of this building, and I don't know how we got in this conversation. Like it was supposed to, we shouldn't even been having this conversation about anything, right? Because I didn't really like him when he was younger. It's funny how many friendships I had of people I didn't like or necessarily get along with. And I ended up becoming extraordinary friends with great memories with these people. And that's been one of the unique parts of my life, And in fact, I got to call Dave Brundage. I haven't talked to him in a while. He was the guy that beat me up when I was for 2 years in a row. And but anyway, and we talked, and I said, the last thing I said to him as I was walking down the hall of this college, this community college, over there off of Orchard Lake, south of 12 Mile by 696. And I said, it was a nice day out, and I said, we talked for about almost an hour and a half. It was crazy. And we both sat in the hallway and it was great, because they had two chairs out there and we just talked about everything. And it was the most comfortable conversation with somebody I never thought I would ever have a conversation with ever. And then he goes, and I said, you know what? We were talking about being motivated and this and that. Cause I was 18 and a half, 19. And he goes, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this and this. And he goes, man, I'm sorry that we didn't get along better when we were longer. He goes, man, you're cool. And I go, yeah, you're cool too. I gave him a hug. He gave me a hug. It was great. It's like, wow, brother bonding. So again, I'll see you later. I'll see you at the top. He goes, yeah, I'll see you at the top. And, and I felt really good, And then I found out a month later, he got killed,
That's sad.
Yeah. So Todd, here's to you, my brother, Anyway, so, I don't want to be the doom and gloom guy, because we all have these stories. It's just part of the life, I think even with all the stories that I've had and all the things that I'm going through and gone through, I'm trying to go, okay, listen, I'm not just saying, because you go, I hate these protesters and we should just, and there's other people that are going out there. I don't want to get into it. But here's what I said this before is that, I know that everybody contacted me a couple days ago and said, do not go to Flint. Whatever you do, don't go to Flint. Don't even drink the water in Flint, right? It was like, they would talk about doom and gloom, right? I'm driving, I passed where my boy, what last was. Hey, buddy, what's up? And I get there and I'm by myself in the street in the intersection, right in the heart of it, man. I mean, I wasn't like 100 feet away. I was standing right next to everybody. Hey, what's up? What's up? You know, and I'm like, yeah, what's up? And it's just, you know, whatever. And I see, you know, F the police, and there's cops all around, you know, standing there, and they're smiling because they're trying to put on their front for them. They weren't looking weak. They weren't being meek. They weren't, you know, whatever. They go, you know, some of the guys were going, yeah, yeah, we understand, you know. And all of a sudden, when my buddy appeared, man, it was like they were giving away something. And from that moment on, I said, you know, that's what we should do. It's like when you're telling me about this protest in Saturday, part of me is going, you know, was it like a day? It's like celebrating New Year's in the middle of January or something. You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you think about that.
About them doing it Saturday?
Yeah. Do you think it's good? Do you think it's something that everybody, because I mean, right now everybody wants this thing to be over. You know,
I think everyone has a right to protest.
I do agree with that 100%.
If they want to protest, they should be able to protest.
Sure.
You know, it's not about.
But we don't need to be destroying everything, don't you think? I mean,
well, no, I'm not talking about that part, but you know, this is a bigger picture. It's not, you know, it is about what happened, but it's about more than that. You know,
yeah. Well, I mean, 50 years ago there was marches, more than 50 years ago,
and I would hope in a 50-year time that we would learn something finally and actually do something instead of just appeasing the government or whoever, appeasing the masses, and actually take action and do something.
You know, it's funny, Julia right here, Julie, she's in whatever. Okay, and Jason and I are in Georgia. The weather is perfect here. You know Jason. Jason Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I don't know if anybody knows this. You know the pictures I've taken and posted of me and Dante in Washington, D.C.? I don't know how many years ago that was, like 5 or 6 years ago. Jason was with us. In fact, Jason was standing next to Dante overlooking the reflecting pool, and I cropped Jason out. You know, I did. Because, you know, it was for Dante, right? And we had a good time. We were down there, and I got some funny pictures of Jason, at the Lincoln Memorial. But we went all over the place. We went by the Washington Monument. We went everywhere. And I was telling him, and I'm not trying to be this cornball dad, know-it-all, whatever. But I love history, and I love America. I love the military. I love school teachers. I love people that are doing the right thing, giving back. I don't like anybody. To be honest with you, if you really want to know one deep, dark secret, and this might scare some people off, okay, is that I don't like people that don't give back or achieve or put back something. You know what I mean? You know how they say, like it's almost like BYOB. If you're going to come to the party, we'll provide, the boat and the music and the pool and whatever else, but bring if you can bring a dish to pass around. Does that make sense? It's because that's how it is. And I think that you see that one guest that comes in, and that one guest is symbolic as an analogy, if you will, that it could be one person, it could be 10,000 people scattered throughout that represent that one person that comes there and throws up all over your stuff, goes to your medicine cabinet, causes a fight, picks on somebody, tries to pick up somebody else's girlfriend or wife or whatever. It's like there's some people that are just, bad, or they gossip, or they say something negative. And I mean, and we've all been there. We've all done certain things ourselves. But I think that's kind of what I see now on the social media. And then somehow it's thwarted into the national scene with the TV channels, which we call the media. And, it's difficult. I mean, I've been saying it since Dante died. I can't breathe. And I almost said it today because I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I have, I really can't. But I don't want, now I can't use that phrase that's now imprinted on posters and T-shirts and things like that, which is fine. I'm not worried about however it's being implied, but it's for a completely different reason. Completely different. So I don't know. I guess I wanted to. Julius said he loved it. It was a great. I mean, yeah. We weren't even supposed to go to DC. We were actually heading to. We had to go pick up something in Baltimore, and well, what's right near Baltimore? The capital. And I'll be honest with you, I had never gone to that was the first time I had gone. You know how you go to those 6th grade or 8th grade trips to Washington, D.C. in school?
I never got that.
Yeah, I never. Well, I think in one of my schools they did, and I didn't go. I don't know if my parents didn't have the money because there was a lot of things I didn't do. That's why I'm used to not doing things sometimes even when I can go. Like I say, people go, "Oh man, I went to Costa Rica and I went to Amsterdam and New Zealand." And by the way, I just saw that last night in Sydney, Australia, Amsterdam, all these places, that you would love to travel to that you think they have nothing to do with us, that are, unaffected or unaware of what's going on. No, they're all doing the same thing. It's everywhere. It's like a, geez, oh man, right? So, hey, Lorma, how you doing? How's Israel doing? You guys holding down the fort over there? I hope so. It's funny. I look at the number 10 today. I see how many we have 10 people, and I look at my son's Dante. I don't know. It's just somehow when I see that number, I always thought about it when him and I were together, but I never said it publicly. It was kind of our thing. And now when I see it, it's kind of weird. I even saw a protester, and it looked like, and he had a number 10 shirt on, and it was kind of, I know it's coincidence, but I don't see any signs anymore, so to speak, except, don't you think somehow that this is kind of a test? Didn't I say that before?
You mean everything?
Yeah, everything.
Like God is putting us through a test? Or do you think, what are you
the energies of the world, aliens? I don't know.
It was manipulated by the government test.
Yeah,
Which one are you saying?
All those groups. I'm not going to say the names. Because I actually had to do it. Our people that guess our songs. I actually started Googling some of this stuff. I was like, okay, who's this group and who's that guy and who's this and who's that? And I'm like, and then, I was like, okay, I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie, some of this stuff I had to look up because I'm like,
right.
Hey.
What do you mean? I'm with you. It's like us clicking the same button. I don't know. I don't know. It's like, okay, let's follow the old guy. He's kind of depressed. He might play some musical chairs tonight. Yay, everybody. How you guys doing?
Well, and I don't think like some of the groups they're talking about, and maybe that's my fault because I don't pay attention to the news on a regular. I've never heard of some of these groups. So I'm very uneducated on that.
You're uneducated? Gotta get educated. Gotta get just what? It's so funny because now you can just look at your phone and talk to it. Like Dick Tracy, right? They don't even know who Dick Tracy is. But
probably not.
No. Hey, I actually got on. Yay, it's Pam. Everybody, it's Pam. Party can begin now. Okay, we just, Sally from watching from Ortonville. Orton, here's a who?
Ortonville, this is like kind of sad. I had a cat when I was younger that I had to put down. Right. My parents buried it, I think, in a pet cemetery in Ortonville.
Oh, really?
I think it was in Ortonville or Collinsville. I don't remember. I don't even know if that's by each other. I don't even know if there's a place called Collinsville.
Let's see. It's 10:56. Should we bring somebody on for 300 seconds or less?
Sure.
Who wants to come on for 300 seconds or less? Because as soon as 5 minutes is up, this is what I do. I'm gonna go, and you're gonna go, oh, no, this is great, and da 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 da, and blah 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 blah.
Oh, what happened? Oh, there you go. You're on the wrong side. Off.
I got your back, girl. I know what I'm doing. Let me drive. I got it. I got the wheel. Just sit back and relax. Crack open some chips. Let's go. Get the burritos in the back, right? All right. Uh-oh, Wanda's here now. Oh, no. Now the party now we can roll out the whatever.
I'm peeking in, she said.
I'm peeking in. I'm going to go, okay, gotta go. It's like, okay, we keep it. Hey, who wants to jump on? Nobody want to jump on for a minute? But you gotta be interesting, or it might be 30 seconds. 30 seconds. You want to speak your mind? You gotta be
Linda, I would come on, but not first.
Okay. Does anybody want to say anything? Come on and like promote something, like your friend's hair care or something.
Sally said there is a pet cemetery up there, so that's probably where my childhood cat was.
You
Very.
know, when I hear Pet Cemetery, I hate to say it.
You think of the movie?
You want to see something funny? Keep talking. Wait, hold on.
You know what? Well, so I think I was watching the Pet Cemetery and they like killed a dog and I started crying and I never watched any of the movies ever again. And I stopped watching that movie.
Did you really?
Yeah. I don't know. When it comes to animals, I get very like emotional. I'm an animal person. But hey, you know what I did read? I read an article about some elephant somewhere that ate a pineapple with explosives in it and killed the elephant. I forgot where. I gotta find that article again. I forgot where it was, but I guess farmers or whoever on their property line, they get a lot of like unwanted visitors, I guess, that mess up their crops or something. And then they'll put like not explosives, like firecrackers and stuff in fruit. And the elephant came a little too far out because normally they don't come that far in, like to the land or whatever. And it ended up killing the elephant, and the elephant was pregnant. It was sad.
Oh.
I get all those animal things.
Oh man, that was bad. Okay, well then I don't feel bad. You know who I brought down here tonight? Well, down here since this Pet Cemetery, this is one of my dogs right here.
Aw.
Yeah, he's in here. Woof woof. That's him.
Yeah, I wish I would have cremated. Well, no, I probably don't.
His name's Halo. And then I got my other one down here. And then you guys are gonna hate this part. You guys are gonna I'm gonna lose viewers on this one. But I brought him down with me tonight.
Oh.
That's my boy right here. That's my boy in a box.
Oh, your box looks like my parents' box.
Oh really? Got the velvet going on?
Yeah, it's mine. I know this is so morbid right now.
I know.
But
Close your ears, close your eyes.
I know. So when my parents passed, I got them both cremated. I have them with me. And the box is like a wood box. And then it has a stained glass plate on the front of it. And you can take the plate off and it's like a frame. But then inside it's engraved like, you know, like a headstone would be engraved on it. They're really pretty. I bought them matching ones.
Beautiful. No, I just the box that it came with. But here's the funny thing. I shouldn't say funny. I was thinking because people wanted me to just like spread out his ashes into jewelry. I must have heard that a couple hundred times. So you know what I was gonna do? I don't know. I'm gonna get hate mail for this one. I have a fireplace upstairs.
No.
Oh yeah, because I clean that thing out once a week. Well, I'm not lighting fires now, but I still have plenty of ashes, in bags, because I put them, when I clean it out, right? So, like, who would know? Who would know? I don't even know if that's Dante in there. They might have gone, oops. They go, which one is it? Just grab anything. It could be dirt in there for all I know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, another thing of the cemetery gave me is I got one for my dad too, but I haven't picked it up. And I probably should pick it up. But it's a little necklace with her fingerprint on it.
I have that. Well, I had that around the thing from the Gift of Life people. The problem is the chain they give you. It was so cheap. It was like the stuff
I went and bought another chain. Mine broke.
Now I can't find the little thing.
Oh, I wear this all the time. This is the only piece of jewelry that I actually really wear. Like I'll wear on this on the daily. But I was thinking of what I should go pick up my dad's. But when I go pick up my dad's, I think I might see if I could fuse the pieces together. So on one side is hers and one side is his.
Oh, yeah, hold on. I didn't mean to be. Oh, you were touching it. Go ahead. Let me see it again.
What?
Show me your jewelry. I didn't realize you were holding jewelry.
No, it's just like a little. Let me see if I can take this off.
Okay, yeah, because I couldn't see what you're doing. And I want to get back to her comment after that.
It's just, I don't know if you can see it. You probably can't see it, but it's just a little sterling silver. You can get it in gold, but I got it in silver.
And what
and
is it?
her fingerprints in it, and it's
Oh,
like
okay. Yeah, they were doing that. The kids were doing that with the Gift of Life people. They came in. I got to say this. I was really adamant against all. I mean, I don't mind giving up something. It was just the way they kept coming in every 10 minutes. They go, we're a harvesting station. And my brother Mike actually pointed that out. He goes, I think they're a harvesting thing. When I hear them, I'm thinking of, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. And they come in all happy, like, hey, I'm going, why don't you guys beat it, right? But anyway, they came in and they had like, handprints. I got some upstairs. I know my ex-wife got some. The whole thing. They do all these little arts and crafts with, but they're doing it with my son. The picture that you saw with him. They were doing that with him unconscious, or technically he was brain dead or whatever. But so they're doing that, and I couldn't even. And I can handle a lot. I got to go. I'm not going to watch this. I didn't want to watch it. And that was the only time. That was one of the few times I left the room because I slept in that room. So. But however everybody processes stuff, my whole ambition is to tell people, it's like when anytime somebody passes, they say, hug your loved ones and all that, and those same metaphors that we like to express when we're going through it. Mine was just take a lot of pictures. In fact, I took a lot of pictures of people today that I was like, whatever. And it's funny because I can't say who and where because of places I was at, but I can say this, that typically these guys would feel a little bit awkward, because some guys are like, why are you taking pictures of me? Right. And everyone around me now, and it's not for sympathy. They get the point. I think most people get the point. And that is, because I take a lot of pictures. I don't think teenage girls take as many pictures as I do. I take pictures, In fact, next time you and I get together, we got to take a bunch of pictures together. I take for granted that, what I do? I thought about this today. I go, God, I didn't take a picture last time I saw you when we were at the restaurant, normally. And I think it's because I see you even like when I look at my stuff, I go, oh, there she is. I keep thinking I have pictures of you because of this right here.
Well, I'm really weird. I don't like pictures that much.
Yeah, I get that feeling. I also get that feeling too.
And which I do need to change that because, I only have like as an adult, which is really sad. I only have a handful of pictures of me and my dad. I have no pictures of me and my mom because my mom hated pictures. And that's probably where I got it from. You know what I mean? Like she just hated pictures. She's like, no, 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 no. And as an adult, I never got pictures of me with my mom. Maybe a couple when I was like a young adult,
Cheryl's here. Hey Cheryl, how you doing? Well, I don't have a response to that because I'm really, I really take,
yeah,
I don't know why.
I mean, it was different. Like I said, I'm not gonna make my parents take pictures.
No, I understand that.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's what my point was. When I have guys that typically go, nah, man, no, I don't do selfies, and I don't do that. Now they come up and they're like, and they do it, and it's like I never have to take a second shot. It's so cool, and I love the candid shots. I don't like that. Okay, everybody say cheese. Like my mom's like that. Okay, everybody, I'll never say cheese. I always get just boom. You know what I mean? And because you know what it is, because when you have that, that one, I'm like, okay, I don't know. I know what they're all thinking. It's like, okay, get this over with. When I take a picture, I want it to say to me, like, you know what? He caught that moment.
Yeah.
Around those minutes and hours that we were together.
I definitely say for me about the whole picture thing, like, and a lot of like, Scott Spellman, the photographer,
yeah.
Like any other photographers, even Alex Bogue. I can never pronounce his last name. It's Bogey.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. Sorry. If you ever watch this, I don't mean to ruin your last name. But the whole thing is like they know I do not like my picture taken. Like Scott's like, I'm surprised I get one picture of you a season, like at work, and I see him.
Oh my God! This cop just knocked over this old white guy on TV, and he's laying on the ground on his back, and his skull is bleeding out like in a movie.
What channel are you watching?
Fox. Oh my God, that was horrific. He's just standing there. And there was like about 30 cops, in riot gear. And the one guy pushed him with his baton. and he went straight back. This guy's probably 6'1", 6'2", and he fell back on the concrete, and he was just laying there motionless, and the pool of blood was coming out of the back of his head, and they just kept walking past him.
Oh,
I shouldn't have said that. God damn. Sorry about that. Oh man. All right, let's get back to this one. Let's see. I'm thinking the governor is punishing all of us hairstylists because of the protest, the hairstylists. There's my soapbox. You know what? Here's the thing on that. You're probably right, but I said this many times, Wanda. Let me just finish it, and then you tell me. I want to hear what you have to say. Let me just get this out. I know a lot. I mean, it isn't like cutting lawn where you can. I mean, if I'll be honest with you, and you could say, oh, I might lose my license. I don't know anybody that would tell on you. I don't even think the police are telling. If you went out and did your own thing right now from a basement or the back of a car or whatever, look at the people that actually went and opened their stuff. I mean, they had people getting them out. So, the governor, you can hate her, you can do whatever you want, but if you want to cut hair, make money, cut my hair. I'll pay you. We don't have to tell anybody where we're at. Nobody's going to return us in. Okay. Like whatever.
well, you know something.
Am I wrong? I mean, I will find a way.
I was reading something, and then they had like a rating of like what the most, what's the word I'm trying to look? The most, the highest level of like contamination, whatever,
Oh yeah, people that get infected.
Yeah, like the most dangerous levels of what their business is.
Uh-huh.
And I believe they put hairdressers above, like higher than bars and restaurants, which I don't agree with, because I figure a hair salon, if you did everything by appointment but spread it out more than you would on a normal basis, maybe. Yeah. I feel like that's more of a controlled environment than like.
Well, I wouldn't do that person's hair again. Who would tell on you? How would they know?
I feel like if you would do more of a controlled, it's more of a controlled environment than a bar and a restaurant. Is what I'm trying to say.
I don't. You know what? I mean, that's like. I think it would be easier to catch somebody having an affair than catch somebody cutting somebody's hair. Oh God, that rhymed. That was so good. Right? But am I wrong? You got two people, right? There's a lot of movement going on. I think maybe something. Well, I don't know. But probably a lot longer than the haircut.
What's that saying? Snitches get stitches.
Right? Right? We can wear a mask all day, do hair stuff. Let's see. Hold on. We can understand something. I'm a very neutral guy, but I'm a double thinker.
I'm curious to who told her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like what? I go.
So when you cut their hair, or another hairdresser was jealous and didn't have the balls to go do it.
Yeah, because I think that hairstylists, I get the proximity and the close. Let me tell you something. Everywhere I've gone, like I told you about the Kroger store. I don't want to get into that ever again because that really had my heart rate spiked. But people could be out there with a perfect mask, the perfect gloves, the perfect hand sanitizer, everything. And you know what? It's still a wash at this point. It really is. And you know what I mean? Whether you think it's not going to happen or it's going to happen, it doesn't even matter because I've seen everybody out there. Nobody cares anymore. And that's what I would have done at this point. I'd say, you know what? And I think that's what she's starting to do. So like, okay, just let everybody, because I agree with the governor on anything? No, I mean, at first I did because I thought, well, she's doing the safe thing and, we're out of control. Our numbers are high and, compared to most states.
I think at the beginning I thought she was, but to be honest with you, I haven't really been paying attention since actually all this stuff started happening with the riots. So I've been kind of like.
Did a home client and her neighbor went on the GovState as if that was okay. And her neighbor. Wait, I can't. I'm trying to read.
So you went to your neighbor's house, or no, you went to a client at her house, and then her neighbor.
How would her neighbor know, though?
Yeah.
I mean, your house is your house.
Unless the neighbor told the other neighbor, I'm getting my hair done,
You know what I mean? Like what? Right? I don't know. I mean,
you got to think, people are nosy. I'm guilty of it. If I hear sirens that are really close to my house, I'm looking out the window to see what's going on. And now that no one's working, at that time, no one was probably working. They had nothing better to do
Right,
than
right.
look out the window and see what everyone else was doing. So the nosiness became even more. Oh, so
Try it
the
again.
neighbor came over.
Well, then she shouldn't open the door. I mean, that's like if if you're taking a shower, or using the bathroom, sleeping, many other things.
Well, maybe
you
the
don't have to
neighbor
open
should
the
have just
door.
minded her own business.
She did someone's hair. The lady went and did it. Wait, the lady, she did. I can't read all this. You read those typos for me.
She did someone's hair. The lady she did went back, and her neighbor noticed her new hairdo. I got a warning email from the licensing division. Wow.
That's really super reaching. Because I mean, like I know a lot of hairstylists and stuff. I know some north of me, south of me. About 50 of them are on my Facebook, and I do my own hair. It looks like.
Wait, I have a question. Did you know the neighbor?
Yeah, that's really brutal. I'd be like, I'll tell you what, my neighbor would have.
How did she know you weren't
some
just
issues
there
with me right
visiting
now.
and you were a family friend?
Man.
I
Can
mean,
you run that?
regardless of the point,
Put the messages up there. Now I wear sunglasses. Well, I think that works for Clark Kent, but I think I'd wear a hat on top of that. Okay. You love my typos. Maybe she was really scared. Was the lady old? I love her typos. I don't usually even read half the comments half the time. So you guys are lucky tonight.
she didn't even know. But then listen, the neighbor was going to her neighbor's house. Maybe she should have just stayed home then if she was scared.
Yeah. See, that's why I'm probably, and I'm not wrong on what I'm saying. If you feel like you're going to work, you need to make the money. You don't agree with whatever's happening. Find a way. I said that the whole time. I says, find solutions. I was the one calling people, and people were sending stuff. And, like if let's say you own a bar, like right now it's really hard. Well, guess what? Now I see bars opening up, Ohio, here, there. And oh, yeah, we got our tables, and people are going out of the way to physically make tables spaced out and the whatever. I mean, none of it's going to work. It's about as effective as having 3 holes in a balloon and putting Scotch tape on it. Ain't never going to work. Never going to work. I've trained in all this stuff. I know how air currents are and filtration systems, basically in any HVAC system. They're not it. There's none. It's just to collect dust. You know what I mean? Even a HEPA filter can't stop that. The other thing is that, okay, so that's Chris, you're sounding negative. No, I'm sounding realistic. So what do? You find ways to do it. Like this whole time that we've been down and out, I've seen people doing things and doing it, if you have to go on the down low, but you also have to be safe. I mean, it's like, okay, I'm not a scientist, I want to be safe. I want to be whatever. So when you do get inadvertently caught, you go, wow, whatever. But right now, yeah, they're gonna come down like an anvil on everybody. What?
They're both CEOs. They had too much time on their hands. That's what I just said. People are nosy and they need to mind their
Now,
own.
why would a CEO of a company, anytime you say you could CEO, I mean, you're doing okay, I guess. Why would,
they have too much time on their hands. They have nothing better to do.
Yeah, but you know what? What'd you say? People do things for different reasons. I told people I'd cut their hair. I have a license. It can be very uplifting and an emotional time to look and feel good, whatever good means to you. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I would find a way.
That's why I did my nails.
I would do it all. See, I don't want to apply anything negative. Even let's say I thought, okay, this is just cold and all that. But all of a sudden, but they have enough power in the government on no matter what to do whatever they want. So it's like, okay, well, it's like prohibition. They found a way to sell liquor. They did. And, there's always a way. There's always a way.
Oh, you said no to her.
Oh, so she got mad. Oh, okay.
So she didn't know the neighbor. So she said no to the neighbor.
So the neighbor must have came over and said, hey, you want to do my hair too? And she said, no. Is that right? And then she got a little perturbed by it. And then she said, whatever. Okay, well, I'm going to tell on you then, basically.
Oh,
right. That's a little bit more than having time on your hands. That's just being a little bit spiteful.
She said yes.
Yeah.
They're both CEOs, so they're probably on their high horse, thinking they can do and get whatever they want whenever they want it.
Yeah, I think people, regardless of whether they're CEO or not, there's people that are just like that.
F those
Like
people.
yeah, well, I don't really have a clear answer for that one. I don't, because I don't know the circumstance. But no, it wasn't.
If that is the
shouldn't have
case,
been
where
ratted out.
she just said no and then she
For a haircut.
ratted on her, then that
It ain't like you're making
Definitely
$1,000 a
100%.
haircut. You know what I mean? I mean, being a hairstylist, it's a lot of work.
The lady should have called her own hairstylist and see if she was doing appointments.
I'll be honest with you, and I think anybody will agree with this. I mean, anybody that serves more than 10 people a day.
Thank you, Cheryl.
I love you. I think that's a lot of work. Standing on your feet, breathing in people's hair, and whatever else. And, it's like being a dentist, technically. Except
well, that's why I said if they made the appointments spread out, like they spread out the people, you know what I mean? And the mask is uncomfortable. You know that. I mean, you're probably used to it, of course, because you have all this training, but to other people, it's not the norm. Like going to the grocery store, like breathing in the mask the whole time I'm there is uncomfortable. Like when I get out of that grocery store, I'm like whipping that thing off. Do you have lasers on or something?
No.
What are those green things on your?
It's magic dust.
You got lasers going or something.
So how we got everybody doing something? Should we bring somebody on for 5 minutes?
Well, I want to know how's everyone doing?
She's up. They're mad. Should we?
I want to know how everybody's day was.
All right,
if
go ahead.
they did anything positive today, or anything nice to themselves, for the loved one, whatever. Okay, when my salon opens, we are rotating shifts. Being boss of the applesauce.
Being boss of the applesauce. Being boss of the applesauce.
Did they say when when can salons open? Did they not even say anything about that? I haven't been paying attention.
I heard like the end of the month, maybe. I don't even get that. But, that's just like, listen, I'm not a hairstylist. I've been cutting my own hair. I should rat myself out.
I did my own nails.
Well,
I did my own nails. I have to do my hair.
You're done. You're gonna get a letter. You're gonna get a nasty letter from the Hair Cutting Commission of America, the National Association of.
Oh, Cheryl said they think the 8th.
That's Monday.
Hopefully July 5th. Oh, are you talking July 8th or July 5th? I don't know, man. I'm just so happy so I did go to cosmetology. Well, in high school, I took nail tech because it was offered as a class, as an elective class. So I went and got all my hours. I got my nail license when I was 18. I let it lapse, so I'm not licensed, but I know how to do my nails. As for hair, I did later in my early 20s go to cosmetology. I decided not to get, like, I got up to the clinics when you actually had to work on people and kind of realized that I really didn't want to do it. So I kind of learned a lot from that. So I do my own hair. I actually, after my dad passed, my friends told me you should just go, get your hair done from, a salon. I actually did it. She did a good job. But I prefer to do my own hair. I know my hair better than anyone else does.
Sure.
And usually half the time I do go to a salon, I don't really get 100% what I want, even if I showed a picture or whatnot, just because they don't know my hair like I do,
Right. Let's see. So if we bring these ladies on, are they going to get real like?
Well, do they even want to come on?
You guys want to come on, but just kind of keep it, not super stressed. I mean, you guys can swear a little bit, but I don't want to, I'll bring you guys on if you guys want to promote your business. Do you want to promote it? I can bring Wanda and who's on there? Cheryl and Wanda. Are you guys both hairstylists? Because I don't know exactly what you guys do, but it seems you guys
Cheryl says she has her license, and obviously Wanda does too.
You guys want to do that real quick? Let's do an experiment. All right, here, I'm going to see something real quick. I'm gonna invite you guys. Let's see here. Let's see. And then Donna, you can give them the hook.
Hook of what? Wanda said no.
He doesn't want to come on.
No.
Is Cheryl?
Cheryl's not answering.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, I am. No, the I am, I think, she is a licensed.
Okay.
I think
'Cause
that's
you guys don't have to. I mean, you guys are big girls. I mean, don't say anything to incriminate yourself if you want to come on.
Well, there are hairdressers out there that's doing that. I saw someone getting their nails done from someone from a nail salon. Like, it's gonna happen.
So, well, you guys let me know if you guys want to come on. All I have to do is send you a Facebook Messenger link, and then you click on it, and then what it'll do, it'll bring you to we call it the green room. It'll just test your whatever camera you have on your phone and or whatever your device is, your computer.
Yeah, so you can hear what you sound like and see
and hear,
what you
right.
look like in the camera.
Yeah, and then you can adjust if you have other options. You can sit there and see it, so you guys can see, like, so you're not like, hey, I'm over here. Oh, I look good. Don't I look good? Yeah, and then I'm way back here. Hey, I'm really sorry.
Yeah, you can see like the lighting and stuff like that.
And, it'll give you like a meter to test your microphone. So if you're listening, that's what happens. Because if it looks really bad or really dark, then this is what I do. I go, hey, everybody. Oh, that's great. That's it. You hate when I do that. She hates when I do that. If I leave her alone, she's like, no.
Well, I mean, we could just have girl talk right now, and we could leave Chris totally out of this right now. If you really want to, I'll be fine with that.
Oh.
And this is the Donna show now. So Chris, you stay on that side.
I'll be over here. That would be great. Oh, no, come back.
Okay.
Yeah. I was gonna watch these both disappear. Oh man,
It's just a blank screen.
I have a hair condition in my hair. No way. That happened when we tried to do Facebook Messenger that one time. I tried to get 50 people on.
Linda said she'll come on.
Oh, well, yeah, but that's at the end when we want to put people to sleep. So it's like a little lullaby.
Is Sophia there?
Yeah, she's upstairs.
I need to get. Does she have a phone?
Yeah, she does.
I need to get her phone number. So when I need her to come down.
Hold on a second. I'm gonna send it to you right now. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Wait.
Why do I have to kick him, Joe? Why can't I ever punch him?
Kick him, Joe. Let's see. Share contact to. Let's see.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna share her contact for you.
Oh. I'll be like, come down and get your father. He's being not nice.
She will too. She hits me hard. I'm not kidding. It's like she's like Dante Jr., man. I'm gonna tell you.
What kind of book do you have, Linda?
It's how to pick up dudes. Sober.
Maybe you shouldn't release that book anymore because of that one. Did you try to pick him up?
Sorry.
I mean, I think that was a fail.
Oh yeah.
I'm joking.
Woo-hoo.
I have no room to talk. I've been single for a long time, so I have no room to talk.
You are? Hey. I'm by myself right now over here.
Punch him.
Yay.
Okay, again, Joe. Why do I have to do all the kicking and
Oh,
he gets
my
to do
God.
all the
Oh.
punching?
Oh. My arms are so sore. Ouch. I worked out a little bit today. Anyway.
No, I'm serious. What is the book about?
How to put crossword.
Shut up.
Okay. All right. That was good. That was a good idea on paper for a minute, but I think anyway. What else is going on out there? Hey, let's talk about we should do?
Talk about my dinner I made yesterday. That was really
We
yummy.
should start our own protest. My life doesn't matter. I should have that.
Oh, wait.
Oh, here we go.
Hold on. Did you hear about K-pop?
Who are they?
Okay, there's a
That's that group
K-pop.
that-
There's a K-pop band. They're all Korean.
Okay, yeah.
They're called like BT.
They're all
Crap.
boy band.
It's an all boy band, but some of them look like girls, to be honest with you. But it's an all boy band, and it's an Asian a Korean boy band, I think. I don't know, but their fans took over the hashtag White Lives Matter from their fans took it over and started making it not what it's meant for by attaching like K-pop songs, stuff about like with the Black Lives Matter.
Mhm.
So all those they just like turned the whole term around. They did it for good. I can't explain, like, I think I'm explaining it right, but and so anyone that's like I think it was about like if they are racist or whatever and they go to that hashtag. Yeah,
Mhm.
Pam, BTS. Yeah, Chris did fall asleep. He normally does when I talk.
Okay.
But anyway, what they did is they took it and tried to make it a positive, not a negative, which is a good thing, I think.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, and it was trending on Twitter, Instagram, I don't know what else. So
Wow, that's cool. That's cool. So
yeah, something positive, you know. And then I saw also today, like on the protest stuff. Wait, is that Michigan? Hold on. Sorry, I have the news on too.
oh, what's going on with that real quick? Yeah, I'm you know what I'm doing? I'm answering about
So I also saw and the only reason why I noticed this is my favorite quarterback was out protesting too.
who?
Deshaun Watson from the Houston Texans. He's my favorite quarterback.
Yeah, mine was well, of course, Tom Brady, number 12. But I do like that what's his name?
I feel so
Kansas
bad
City.
for him though. I mean, oh man. He's like good, but the people around him might not be as good. And they just traded away their best player. So I'm kind of upset about that.
Are you drinking wine? What color is that?
What?
You had white wine last time.
Yeah.
What is that? I'm trying to look at it's not Marlowe. It's too light.
No, it's like a sweet red wine.
A
I
sweet red
tried,
wine.
yeah, I had it at Prime 29 like a
Mhm.
long time ago. And ever since I had it at Prime 29, it's my favorite wine now.
Wow.
It's kind of like a Moscato, or maybe no, it's like a Moscato probably, but red.
Wow, they're showing Channel Detroit their protest today and how the cops were mingling with
Yeah, is that James Craig? Is that his name
James Craig.
on there? You're on Fox Live, right?
You know what? I'm actually proud of him, man.
We're proud of Detroit.
Flint and Detroit, 2 for 2, man. I mean, I know they had a lot of damage down there. Don't get me wrong. I know they had some stuff.
We had some stuff,
We had
but
some problems. We have not. They wasn't all Hakuna Matata.
but for the most part,
They're simmering it down, man. They're getting it together. They're starting to connect. I like that.
I mean, there's still, like I said, like you said, like
Listen, you're never going to end this side or that side. You're never going to. I mean, I'm not being, I'm being real. I'm not being negative. I'm being real. We got to come together. You're going to always have people that are going to hate and destroy.
well, he was on the news saying that they arrested, I forgot what night it was, like over 100 people.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
70 of those people, 70 to 80 of those people weren't even from Detroit. They were from
what's up with that?
outside of Detroit. And then there was a handful that were from like another state. And then there were some that were from Detroit.
I got a comment on that because you reminded me of something I was thinking about earlier today, and I don't know if this matters to anybody, but it's like people could, instantly judge, decide, or question. Like, let's say, for example, my motive. Well, he's got nothing to lose. I didn't go up to Flint because I thought it was going to be dangerous or safe. I didn't go there to, be one of these, radical anybody's and nothing like that. I didn't. It was because I know who this man is, And is he perfect? No. I mean, I'm not going to say,
But do you support the issue?
but here's the thing. I saw what he did the night before, and I thought, okay, either A, this is too good to be true, right? It's a coincidence, something. Because look, I mean, you don't hear anything else.
A lot of people are probably like, how long is this going to last for?
Right. Well, look at it's a week and a half, and these numbers are gotten bigger, right? In a lot of places. I mean, now it's got traction all over the world. I saw, like I said, Amsterdam, Sydney, Australia, a bunch of other places I'm not even thinking about. Okay. So having that said, I went up there. I didn't want to go. I was like, I don't want to drive 50 miles. I don't want to pass Dante. I don't want to pass. There was a lot of reasons I didn't need to go. But what inspired me that morning was that I didn't challenge the fact that he might have done it, because I know he wasn't trying to become a media darling or of whatever. But what I saw, I am a out of work, retired gigolo, but I didn't have any clients for the last 10 years. So I kind of,
Oh my God.
panhandling. But I was using really nice signs, and I was giving people little fun size Milky Ways and Snickers bars when they gave me a nickel. But anyway, so what happened was,
God.
what I think it's a give and take, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not getting paid for this, right?
I
Never.
know. Well, I mean, you went up there because Chris Swanson.
Right. And what I said was, I'll come up there, whatever. And it wasn't like he said, hey, I got a safe parking spot for you. In fact, he couldn't talk to me the whole time. So I ended up finding it parked right on the street, right? Like 100 feet away. I mean, they could have taken my car and flipped it and burned it. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I was like, I got my wallet on me. Cool. Okay. So I went in there and I took my, my hand grenades, and I took my, my stilettos, and I took
Oh my God.
my nunchucks, and, anyway, no, I just went in there,
Well, I think the problem is because of, there are peaceful people that don't want to ruin people's homes and cities and their businesses. Like, that's fine. But there are people that don't care. And that's what's the scary thing about going into that. That's why you told me when you went up there, everyone was messaging you. Are you okay?
I wouldn't even answer the phone. I was going to I was trying to figure out how to turn off Facebook, like completely turn it down. You know how you can turn it off? And because I've done it before once or twice since, but what happened? Oh, so I go up there, I get there, I pull in, and I see, as soon as I get off of 475, and I see I've got like not even a half mile to go. So I'm right in the area, and I've been up there before to see him. We've been up there before. I didn't know.
How far? Again, I don't mean to. Sorry to interject, but you said Dante, got hit not that far from there, right?
Yeah, 20 miles south, about 18 miles south of there. So,
okay.
Yeah. Well, I can't talk about it because we got there's still some things going on right now. Okay. But anyway, that's why. The thing is, I get up there. I'm tired. I don't sleep much. I mean, I do physically sometimes get a little tired, but I'm driving. Okay, whatever. I get up there and hey, nice drive. Hey, nice day for a drive to a protest. And so. And it's not like there's any like shops open or like nice restaurants. Even if there was, it's a Sunday. And even if there was, everything.
And we're in a pandemic.
Well, that's what I was implying, right? So I get up there, I park my car, it's sunny out, blah, blah, blah. I walk, I go to and I said, I sat in my car for like 5 minutes. I go, man, damn, I'm scared. No, I didn't say that. I waited because I texted him and he didn't respond. I said, okay, well, I know he's busy. And he gets like that. So I get there and I walk down to the corner. And I see the police station, which I've been in, a few times. And I walk up to them because they're like about 50 feet by the off the lawn. Because it's like they have this giant lawn that, it's like 50 feet off the street, give or take, maybe more. And they had like a whole section set up of tables, and they had masks on, some of these guys, and they had hot dogs and buckets of ice water, giant buckets of, regular, bottles of ice water, and they'd ketchup and mustard, a whole bunch of bottles and, whatever. And it was for free. And what the whole purpose of that was, just so you know, was because they wanted to feed the protesters and the cops, anybody that was there. And that was Chris's idea with, and so they had cops, and these are good sized cops, white, black, doesn't matter. They were just all there. And there wasn't like 1,000 of them. There was like maybe, I don't think I counted 20 police officers. And I can tell you all four corners were filled with at least, my side had the least amount, because I was by the police station part, but I was still far away. So I said, hey, is Chris around? And I said, I'm a friend of his. And right away they knew, who I was and what I was, whatever. And they go, well, he's doing something over there. We can, he's like cause I don't want to say he's not ADD, but I want to compare him to that because he's got so much energy. It's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, and but he's focused, but he moves so fast. Right.
Yeah.
So he's got a plan all the time. And so I go, okay. So I guess I'll just go sit with the protesters and, whoever. So I go over there and, and I see a couple cops, and they're just standing there and they're just, they're smiling, and they're there in their uniforms because everybody had different uniforms, right? No riot gear, none, zero, none, no, whatever. And I see this little girl and she's going, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. And she's a little girl. She's probably a little older than Sophia, right? And then somebody came up to her and they started talking to her and they started filming her, and they like out with their phone. And he says, why are you doing this? Why are you here? And she goes, because I matter. And I'm scared all the time. I'm scared for myself. I'm scared. And I don't like being afraid of the police. I wish I could talk to them.
So she said this to someone else there.
Yeah, I'm standing 3
Okay.
feet away, and I'm listening to it. And she goes, and and she's a cute little girl. She had, she had this big hair, it was, really cute. In fact, I posted the picture. I'm behind her, and everyone's looking at me and walking by me, and just smiling. And it could have. I was waiting for some tense, eye contact or something, and that never really happened because I look like a psychopath anyway, kind of. Anyway, so but I was sitting there and I was, I started taking pictures a little bit here and there. I think I do that once in a while. And I'm listening to this girl intently. I'm listening and I'm seeing F the police and some vulgar stuff, whatever. I see this one guy on top of a van standing on top, and I'm thinking, man, if they hit the brakes, this kid's going to go flying off and it's going to be ugly, right? And they're just letting him do it, because I don't think they wanted to say anything. But luckily, he got down and everything was cool. And I didn't hear anybody, whatever. And then across the street, they had a DJ speaker. It was pretty loud speaker. It wasn't overly loud. I think somebody even called and complained on it. And they're not even in a neighborhood. And one of the cops said, he goes, I don't hear anything wrong, because they're playing some nice music. And I'm hearing Heal the World by Michael Jackson. And it was, that kind of music.
Uplifting.
And then I would say it was about 60+% black. And I could see there was other people, and there was, and all of a sudden, more other, I hate to say white, because I don't know if there's other people, from other, whatever, but it was not what I've seen before in my lifetime,
Yeah.
and things I've seen on TV, of course. So what happened was I'm standing there, and I didn't go up there to be an outsider, like you said, how they complain, if you're north of the 8 Mile, don't come down, right? It wasn't that. I was invited, 1. 2, my buddy is the head sheriff of Genesee.
Yeah, but the difference is you're not going there to cause trouble.
No.
That's what I meant by that.
And I was only in my head. You know how your imagination is a little bit. It's like, okay, I'm going to go in there. Am I going to be on this side or that side? You know how, like, even in these protests, when the cops kneel and stuff, there's still a division. And then you find out later that these cops, when things break out, they're starting to, throw water, there's like mayhem, right? Well, that wasn't the case. And I was preparing my physical body for, because I'm 27 years old. I'm, a young cat. Anyway, don't say it. Don't you dare. But anyway, so what happened was I'm thinking, okay,
72? I think you're dyslexic.
Oh, explain a lot, I probably am. So what happened was, I'm trying to illustrate the moment, because it was still daylight out. And, I even thought, when the lights go down, the freaks will come out, right? Which never happened, by the way, neither night. But the formula that he had wasn't because it was like in the backwoods of somewhere, it was some peaceful territory, or he had some magic pill, or he offered to pay them. He didn't do that. It was like, he already made a statement the day before when he came out, and he's a good sized guy. I mean, this guy's got Jason Momoa don't have nothing on his muscles. I mean, you can Google the guy, and I've seen him train. He trains hard. I've trained with some seriously major people, and this guy he won't break a sweat. But so when you see a nice guy with a big smile, he's got this giant smile, but when it comes to serious stuff, I mean, he'll take care of business, no problem, no questions asked. But he said, he goes, look, he took off all his stuff, and when he did that the night before, that got me. I said, you know what? I got to go check this out. And he didn't get, they didn't hand me a Kevlar vest or a 9mm just in case. I'm just a civilian, right? So I see this stuff going on for 15, 20 minutes. All right. And all of a sudden I see all the cops cars coming, and they're like forming a formation. He must've told them, just come in the middle of the street and, block off the intersections except for this particular way. And they turn on their lights and their sirens. They did it really fast though. It was like, wee, 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 and then they turned it off. And then all of a sudden he shows up from the far side, and they just start screaming. I heard the screaming start over here. Like, oh no, what happened? You know what I mean? Like, and then it wasn't like a horror scream. It was like a jubilant scream,
Yeah.
like when
when you're in a concert.
Right. Exactly. So what happened was he came, and when he showed up, and then he pulls in, one of his, cruisers, he gets out, and they just wrapped around him. And it was funny because, I was waiting, I'm looking for the one guy in the room that's like, I ain't buying. They all followed him, and he's like, come on, everybody, come on, let's go. Come on. We're going to go. Let's go. You guys ready? We were ready. Come on, let's go. Like, and I'm sitting there going, Frank. Yeah. I love swampland. Anyway, I love anywhere in Florida. I'll sleep I don't care. But anyway, so, what happened was, so I decide, okay, well, that's when I started filming when that happened, and I'm holding my camera. I think I went live on Facebook. Did I go live? I think I did. And, and I don't know what kind of frequency I'm going to get up there, signal. So luckily I never lost it. So I go and I'm walking towards him as I'm filming it. And I didn't even call out his name. I wasn't going to distract him. I didn't go, hey, Chris, I'm here. None of that. I just kind of go, if he sees me, he doesn't. And as soon as I got in front of the car, he looked to his right, and he saw me. And, he was, and he was cool about that. He sent me a really nice message. Oh, by the way, he wants to come on here when all the dust settles. So he's going to come on here. Okay. So even if we have 6 viewers, tell your friends, because when he comes on here, it's going to be a great listen to. I mean, I'm just going to let him talk. You know what I mean? And I'm going to give him more airtime than he's got in the last 3 days combined. I'm going to let him talk until he stops. But anyway, so we walked down, and I started filming people behind me. I'm waiting for somebody to throw a rock or something, because, that's all you hear, right? And this crowd got bigger and bigger. I'm like, where are these people coming from? Like, they just started appearing, and I was like, dear Lord, it was like a sea of people, and everybody, how you feel a tension, like something I didn't feel any of it. They were so happy. They were like, we're following him. And like, there was no end point. But then he stops on the bridge, and that's when he turned around and he started facing people. And he had a couple people, and, he acknowledged, and he tried to get them. And you know what? Like, I thought somebody was going to get up and go, yeah. Because he goes, hey, who do we want to, talk? I was waiting for, okay, here comes that F the police moment. And that didn't happen.
Well, I mean, he's giving them a voice. He's letting them talk and get their message out.
So then he turns around and he goes, you know what? Because he's also a trained pastor. And he will pray with you. Like if you go, hey, pastor, or, hey, I'm going through some hard time, and you could be in the middle of a Walmart or anywhere, right? Or a gas station. And it could be like, he'll stop and he goes, my brother's sick, or I lost my job, or, when you get a chance, will you think of me? Will you pray for me? And he goes, yeah, sure. He goes, come on, let's go. And he'll put his hand, and he'll be okay, and I'm like, and he's even said, people look at him and goes, me now? He goes, yeah, and why not? You know what I mean? And I was like, now, most people don't give you the time of day to do anything, right? But that's him. That's him. And he represents more than 1,000 people I have on Facebook. More than 1,000, and I have 2. Does that insult people? Listen, I got 1,990 people, not watching right now. Okay. Out of the 22,000 plus people. So I know one thing, that when he got down on his knee, and I'm not religious, but I was trained to be a Catholic and all that, right? I knew that he got down and people, I'm waiting for that. Like I said this before, but I was waiting. Because I'm looking, everyone's looking down. I'm looking up, and I looked around and I saw as far as I could see. It was like dominoes. It was like, right, and they were all down, and it was every color I could think of. It was like a black and white rainbow. It was like a black and white rainbow. That's what I called it in my head. And I looked and I put my hand on his shoulder and I squeezed his shoulder, and he goes, and he looks up, not at me, but he looks up and he says, everyone put your hand on your each other's shoulders. It was like my without words, my cue. And this little girl, the girl that was in, I saw earlier, she put her hand almost near mine on his shoulder, because he's got a big arm, and she put her head right pressed against his shoulder, and like I've never seen that. And I looked up and I saw the beam of light coming through, and it was on my camera, and I thought, you're here, Dante. I know you are, you little bastard. You know what I mean? I said, you little, I knew you're here. And I never seen that little girl. If I could, I wish I would have had a camera and that's the picture I wanted. And the sea of people that were in front, that were the horizon that I saw with the sun gleaming down on them. And that, I'll never forget that. I could have died right there and it would have been fine. I would have said, you know what, that's what this is about. So F that side and F that side, and here I am. You know what I mean? Because I got to see that. And the rest of the country still can't figure that out yet. They're trying. But my boy Chris, there's something about the name Chris. Think about it. Chris Helmsworth, Chris Pine, Chris this, Chris that. Chris is a cool name, ain't it? But yeah, I'm going to tell you something right now. That was the moment I had. And I think that everybody should have that moment. And if they think that, well, they did it because, they got free Krispy Kreme donuts or something. No, because they could have stopped, and he walked them. I bet he wore them out. He had to have worn them out, because my knee feels great and I could have walked. I thought we were done, because we walked around pretty much the whole downtown area, in this March, whatever. Yeah. And none of it was like, nobody was yelling. They were chanting the chants that you hear that are positive. There was no destruction, not one car on fire. There was nothing. I didn't even see a dirty sock go throw by. Well, maybe I did it. I don't know. I wanted to start some shit. You know what I mean?
No.
I'm kidding. But you know what I mean? I was like, come on, let's go. I want some violence. You know what I mean? Come on, let's get on the news. But it's funny, because there was no violence, because there was none. He's gotten more play probably than every single police officer in the entire country combined. That's a fact. And I believe that if they said, listen, they got bullhorns, and they said, listen, you know what? We're going to do the same thing. We need to communicate with you. We don't know how to talk to you as citizens, because, we just always had this disconnect. Let's figure this out. We're not going to solve everything instantly or overnight or even completely. We're just not. But if they can do it in frickin' Flint, Michigan, when, they hate our governor. Everybody in our state hates our governor practically. But yet, this cop and nobody's really digging cops at the moment. And he's like white boy Roy. He's as white as you get. He glows in the dark, Chris, he does. That's like, like, here I am, he won't get lost in nowhere. And he did that. Does that make sense? If anything that I've ever said in this thing, I was there and I saw it. You can say whatever you want with your 200 or 2,000 plus friends on Instagram or Facebook. But you know what? Challenge me that you said or did something today, this week, or this past week that has cured the coronavirus, or made it where you don't have to wear the mask you hate wearing, or open up your salon that you think whatever. If one person got you in trouble, I would deal with that issue somehow. And I'm not about, breaking laws and stuff like that, but if you got to eat and you can cut somebody's hair, then do it. Find a way to say, hey, okay, I'll put a sheet between us. I'll cut your hair. I'm cutting my own hair. I'll be honest with you. I never cut my hair in my entire life, in my entire 29 years.
Actually, before we came on, you were saying my hair looks awful. I try to cut it myself.
But you know what? But I'm a chia pet. I'll add some water. Look at it, grew back already. Look at that. See that? It's back. It's like magic. So you know what? I mean, it's like I could say, well, it's not that hard. But you know what? People love the service, and there are stylists that are actually very, artistic, like probably Wanda or probably Cheryl or whoever else is on there. I know a lot of people. And by the way, it's a good job, and it's enjoyable to be pampered. Whether you go to Bo Ricks or you go to Super Salon 6 or you go wherever, people love that. I love getting my hair washed, man. It's like, oh man, wash my hair. It's like a 2-minute massage for me, right? And it's worth going out there and getting that attention. And if you can give somebody a job so they can pay their bills and enjoy their lifestyle, hey, there's nothing wrong with it. But I think that right now we have to get super creative because all the water parks were closed less than 2 weeks ago. Now the pools are open up. So nobody's
Is Cedar Point closed?
Yeah, that's what I heard. Cedar Point didn't open back
for the summer.
They don't know. See, that's the other thing. Temporary wonder, temporary wonder, temporary wonder. That's another one I came up with because I think that's how life works. Nothing's forever. Nothing's forever except death. And I'm getting to become an expert at it. You know what I mean? So could I sit there and hate the world right now and not be on here? Listen, you guys should be doing this stuff, not me. I should be sitting there going, tell me some more stuff. I hate everybody. Come on. But I'm not. And do I say the right things all the time? No. If I did, I'd probably have 7 million viewers instead of 7. But that's okay because some people get the message, because I think the reality is most people don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear it from famous people anymore because famous people aren't stepping up. Look at Drew Brees. I don't know what to say about that, but he said something. Now he had to go mea culpa on it. I don't want to get into all that.
I didn't even see that.
But everybody's getting in trouble regardless of their status, and no matter what they've done good for society, what they've contributed. So for me, I'm at a place where I've got nothing to lose. I've got nothing to lose by saying it. But I don't want to be destructive. I want to be constructive. There's a difference, right? Destructive, constructive. I want to be constructive. And if I'm the tree in the woods that falls and nobody hears it, that's okay, because you know what? I've learned how to survive with nothing. If electricity goes out, I'm good. If I have to drink out of a river or stream, I know how to drink purified, right? And if there's anything I need to do, I will survive, and if I don't make it or I can't, win at whatever I do, I'm good with that too. And I think that's the problem that most human beings that I know they're not equipped to have. It's more attitude and ego. Attitude and ego. You know what that accomplishes? Absolutely shit. Nothing. Okay, what did you do? How many people did you save today? Or last week or last year? And I'm like, how many people did you help out? There's ways to do things. There's ways to do things. And let me tell you something. I'll be honest. If there was something I needed to do, I would do it. I have DJ equipment. I'll never DJ again, but guess what? I told people if they want to use my stuff for their birthday party, you know what? Take it. Use it. 2 months ago when they shut me down, you know what I did? I played the national anthem, I played Leanne Rimes, God Bless America. Play that. And I didn't care if they gave me a ticket. The cops here hate me, a couple of them. Okay. Believe it or not, there's one cop that lives a mile from me. He hates me. He was my chief of my fire station, but there's cops that he knows that I know that are great guys. And I still played it. Because you know what? I wanted people to feel good about not the loud music, but what the message was in that song, that we are in America. And you know what? I may lose my business, but I didn't lose my ability to express myself the way I know how, which is my being a DJ. Now, if there's something else, I got just like this. This is when people ask me what I do. I was a DJ and I was a firefighter and I did a lot of different things. And I worked. There's not another job out there I couldn't do. But it's like those were the things that I was trained to do. And I did for a long time, and I made a lot of money doing it. Now I'm not making any money. And a lot of the DJs like Ryan Russo, who was here, he lost 179 weddings or gigs this year. I don't even get half that. That's a lot of work. But you know what? We're on here playing games. We're having fun. Are we entertaining to the masses? Are the ratings through the roof? Nope. In fact, my daughter's upstairs laughing. My other one's upstairs. We've got Netflix. We got stuff. I'm the funnest 9.5-year-old guy you'll ever meet. Right? Donna?
Sure.
See, I got it's. It might just be me. You. I got you, babe. I got you, babe. They say our love won't pay the rent.
Okay, so I just read about the Drew Brees thing.
I was singing. You interrupted me.
And my whole thing on that is I wanted to get this out.
Go ahead. Yes, you got
You
you.
just said what?
Tag, you're it.
Tag I'm it. Okay. It said he will never agree with anyone that disrespects the flag of the United States. Didn't we talk about this yesterday? Everyone has an opinion. If you don't like someone's opinion, don't support them. Simple.
Yeah. I mean, but we like to be angry.
Huh?
I love to be angry. You know what I also noticed? This is kind of a new phenomenon. I think it's been slowly building, but I think that we love to get everybody angry with us, right? Yeah, let's get angry together. Come on, get angry with me. Let's make come on, let's get angry together. You know, what'd she say? I heard Gretch say the water parks are closed all summer. Who said that? Michelle? Michelle, this morning. Yeah, well, yeah, I don't even know how to, they use chlorine. You think that would be, I mean, hand sanitizer isn't as strong as chlorine, man. Chlorine, they put that in, it's like fluoride. They put it in water so you can drink it. So it breaks down all the feces and the E. coli inside of water so you can drink it again. Isn't that delicious? When you think about water, you got to realize it's been through chemicals, it's been through machines, pop machines, it's been through garden hoses, it's been through people's bodies.
I mean, that's why we don't go to a lake and like just grab a glass and
think about it. The glass of water that you've had has been in sewers and gutters and people's toilets and showers and bodies, and you're drinking it. You really think? Have you ever been to a water treatment plant? Have you guys ever been to a water treatment plant? I have.
I've seen one.
I've
seen, video of one.
Yeah, and they have these like sedimentary processes where things filter and settle. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you right now, Brita. I mean, I don't even trust bottled water. Dasani and what's the other one? Made by Pepsi and Coke.
Do you remember Dasani was the only one that when everyone was hoarding water, that was the only one that was left?
Yeah, because they came out and said it was tap water. It was tap water. What else was tap water? The most expensive one I think is Fiji water. Fiji water.
Oh, chlorine does not kill parasites.
That's true. She's right. So, but I mean, what can we put in there? There's the chemicals that they're using. That I've gotten a hold of some chemicals because I'm trying to do these. I've got some other project I'm working on, but at the same time, I used to do these foam parties, and I got this chemical it's so non-toxic that kids could actually play in it like a water park. But that wasn't my purpose for it. However, it's very expensive. It's like $30 a gallon, and you need a couple thousand gallons. So imagine the water park ticket would be I don't know. $80 just to walk in the park. So yeah, I think Brita is great. I use them all the time. But we are just in the cusp of trying to reinvent, because I see even the scaredest people have been out. And you know who you are, and I know same thing with you, Donna.
Yeah, I did not want to leave my house.
And that's why I say more than 80% of everybody I know.
This past week, I kind of just threw the towel out. I mean, I'm still cautious. I'm still wearing my mask when I remember.
Did I not say at least 2 or 3 times? Everyone threw caution to.
And I'm still particular in who I'm around, but I don't know.
It's like 3 holes in a balloon, girl. It's
I know, right? It is. And I did get asked to go on a boat.
You got the COVID. I got the COVID. Let's call the.
I asked to go. Someone asked me to go on a boat this weekend.
You all have it,
and I don't think I'm gonna go.
Okay, ahead. You got it. Share the love. Share the COVID love.
Oh,
how can I make the word COVID and love work together? Right?
Yeah, I haven't forgotten about. Well, I did for 1 minute, but other than that, I have not forgot about that. It's still out there.
Jeez. I'm waiting for a meteor, seriously, to hit the wall.
Didn't they say that there were meteors coming towards tomorrow or something?
If you find out,
asteroids.
Seriously, stop teasing me. Stop playing.
No, it was on an article.
Okay, no. Because if you find out, you better text me and let me know where it's going to be, and give me the GPS coordinates. Really? Is that it? Oh, waiting for a star to fall. I can't wait. Yee-hoo! Let's go to the beach.
Okay. USA Today 8 hours ago.
Caution to the wind, caution to the wind.
Stadium-sized asteroid will swing close by Earth on Saturday. It will miss us though.
You never know that they can't predict the weather. Maybe, we're just off by 11,000 miles. Woo! Would that be funny?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought there were 3 of them, they said, but I guess that was just the one.
All right, it's midnight. Should we go off, or do you guys want to play a couple songs? You guys want to do a couple songs? It's Thursday night. 'Cause Saturday, I'm not sure I might be on here. I wanted to bring somebody on, somebody fun and cool, but we could do. So we bring a couple girls on. Who wants to come on? Do you want to let Linda talk about her book for 5 minutes? But I mean, I'll be on the floor like camped out. So how can I? Or you know what? I know what I can do. I can bring her on, and I can go upstairs. And I can. She wants to come on. Oh, she's like anking. Who? Okay, should we let her on for 5 minutes?
Yeah. Good night, Wanda.
Good night, Wanda. Hey, Wanda. You know what? Give me that number of that, or give me your address or that neighbor. We'll figure that one out. We're gonna get back at that person. We're gonna give them a lot of nasty messages. No, seriously. But I hope you guys get back to cutting hair. I really do. I want you guys to be cutting hair and doing nails and whatever you guys got to do. Now, I do not agree with what's going on that department. I want you guys to listen, and it's not because I need a haircut. It's because I just think you guys should be back to work. And a lot of people made a lot of valid points about that. If you can do this, how come you can't do that? I mean, and I don't want to talk bad about like bars and restaurants because, I know you guys are anxious to get back.
Yeah, I can't wait to get back.
I know. I saw that.
I'm yeah.
So anyway, it's always about, no matter what we say, we always, I know I do, but maybe not her, but, me, I like it to be, I'm just kidding, Donna. No, we both agree wholeheartedly that we want everybody to be happy, healthy, just all the stuff. And we know the world, we know the real world. That's why we talk about it. I mean, I shouldn't even be here. I mean, I really shouldn't. But it's at least, again, if that's the takeaway you get, like, wow, if that 30-year-old guy can do it, I mean, what?
I didn't say nothing.
I got good hair for a 30-year-old guy. Look at that. Cut it myself. Look at it. It's good, nice, thick. Look at no bald spots. Can you see any? Right there. So, can you see it? Anything?
Your bald spots? No. Can't see it, Chris. I don't think you have bald spots.
Well, I'll practice harder. I'll try harder. All right. Anyway. All right. So
Linda says it might not even take 5 minutes.
All right. Hold on. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on a second.
Wait.
What?
Excuse me for 1 minute.
Are you leaving?
For a second.
Oh, hold on a second. All right. Hold on. All right. All right. It just sent her a message. Okay, this is how you get to come on. I'll come give you a haircut live. Wanda, that would be great. I'm all about it. That's fine. And then we'll be like, we'll find a mysterious location, and you can even wear a bag or whatever. However you want to do it. You guys can tell me what you want to do, say, think, play, or do. It's just keeping it positive. All right. All right. So Donna went off. So I send you to sleep after the loving. All right, Frank was here. Frank, how's the weather? How you feeling? Are you still on? Joe, are you still on? If you guys are on, let me know. Just tell me how the weather is, how you guys are doing. What are you guys doing for this weekend? And now that a lot of places have opened back up, where have you guys gone? Tell me something good, because I'm still kind of confused what's open besides Costco and Kroger. All right, and some gas stations. Because I'm not following the news locally like I should, because everybody's angry. But if you guys know anything, great. How's Florida? How's North Carolina? How's Israel? How's Texas, Florida, California? I don't know, wherever else. Yeah, that'd be great. Haircut live. Getting a puppy. Should name it Dante. And is she back? Are you coming back on? Oh, there you go. I saw you in the green room. All right, Linda might come on for a minute. Now, if we get down to three viewers before she gets on, can we just like click her off? Like, and then, by the way, the book was I'm on this side now. Hi. Oh, I like
I
that's
didn't
my
mean to do
favorite.
that one. We went blank for a second.
I love that one. That's great. That's what they were doing on Facebook yesterday, right? That was our second of solidarity for the whatever that was. I don't even.
Instagram.
Oh, was it Instagram? I saw it on Facebook too. Maybe.
Yeah, I think people were doing it on Facebook too.
I like Harley or Brady. Brady's good. Tom Brady. All right. Let me see. All right. Well, I sent her a message, so if she gets on, great. I don't know. All right. So anyway, tomorrow night we'll come back on. I think. Or you want to come back on tomorrow, Friday night? We got to bring on a guest though. I thought Vincent was going to come on.
I don't know what happened. I talked to him, and I know he wasn't feeling good. Oh, I think someone's in our green room.
Oh, I mean, oh, okay. Now let's give her a nice warm 300-second welcome to Linda Brewer. I think she's got another name in there somewhere. All right, she's going to talk about. So you guys can do the same thing too. All right, just don't throw tomatoes, okay? Just please, digital tomatoes are not allowed here on the show. Are they?
Sometimes.
Okay, she's the boss. All right, here we go. All right, without further ado, should I start the timer? Hold on. Alexa, give me a 5-minute timer. Oh, wait, no, Siri. Give me a 5-minute timer.
Did you really just try and call Alexa on your iPhone?
Here we go. Okay, there you go. Clock's ticking. All right, Linda, how you doing? Tell us about your book and all that good stuff.
Okay. Well, so my book is called Tales from the Bully Box, and I didn't write the whole thing. I wrote a story. There was a writers group that I was involved with, and they invited me to participate in this. And we were supposed to write stories that they put together in an anthology. And then for each story, you're supposed to have questions because it's for teachers basically to read to their students. And
you know what? Parents need that now that, if kids don't go back to school.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, because eventually they're going to go back to school and they need to be socialized. But anyway, there are questions. So you can ask the children questions like, what is their opinion? And sometimes children aren't even aware that they are being a bully. I mean, I know in Chris's case, that was what happened. The guy who was bullying him had no idea he was really bullying him. He just was having fun and didn't really pay attention to the fact that Chris wasn't, I guess. But anyway, so there are questions in here that I ask questions of the kids so they could be like, oh, maybe what I'm doing isn't cool. And, it's just an interesting story. Like I said, I wrote one of the stories. I think it's like not very long. They're all short. So you can sit there and, read them for 5 minutes and then talk to the kids. But anyway, a lot of them are good. Not saying mine is, but my name's on the cover. So that was cool. That made me happy.
Anybody's got any questions? Go ahead. I'm sorry, but keep going. Keep going.
No, that's fine.
I wanted people. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I did want people to be able to, if they want to ask questions.
Where can you get the book?
It's on Amazon.com. It's called Tales from the Bully Box, and the person who invited everybody else to participate, it's under her name on it, which is Cat Woods, cat like a cat, and woods like woods. So anyway, good book. I don't remember how much it is. I think it's like $8 or $9 a paperback, and then you can get it for Kindle also.
Oh, okay.
So you don't get the paperback, but it was fun to write. I wrote mine from the bully's point of view, and he ends up having, let's see, I don't know how to say it. I don't want to give it away, but he ends up being sorry that he's been a bully. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. So it has a happy end.
Well, it does for the reader. I'm not sure that the boy was so happy with what happened to him, but anyway, it's I like the story. Chris, I read it. But anyway, it's good. And it's good because it gets kids thinking about stuff that they don't normally think about. And it doesn't hit them over the head with it, because when you do that. So anyway, I'm done. So thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, that's cool. Now they see now that's a good positive story. You know what? I mean, right away. See how simple that was, kids? Everybody can do that. It isn't just the Chris and Donna show. It's whoever wants to come on and say something cool real quick. Is my picture keep flickering? It seems like my
Yeah, I don't know what that is. It did it a couple times.
Okay. Well, if I go off for some reason, it's probably because my daughter's upstairs. I can hear her laughing, and she's like just mass consuming. And I told my other daughter, "Go use the hotspot." So if that happens, I don't know. Otherwise, or maybe it's just the lasers flicking.
It could be the lasers.
Oh, you think it is? I can turn that off. All right. So let's see. Teachers should order a copy. You know what? If you want to put some information down there, we can just message us and leave it in the message spot for us, and we can have a little banner going up for you if you want. Again, if you know somebody out there that or you that wants to say something about anything, or even wish somebody a happy birthday, or sing them a song, or to your mom, your dad, anybody out there, why not? You know what? You can't do this on TV, kids. And you know what? The people that get on TV for 5 minutes, really early on those morning shows, most of the time, unless there's some, charity or some, really cool news story, they pay a lot of money for advertising, and they don't get that much time to really say what they really want to say, at least from what I've seen. But in the meantime, it doesn't matter. As long as you can come on and say or whatever you want to say, as long as it's something positive, productive, or just something that's nice to anybody out there. Okay. All right. So Linda, thank you very much for coming by. And where you calling from?
Right now, Cleveland.
Cleveland, Ohio, not Michigan, right? There's no Cleveland, Michigan, is there? Is Cedar Point opening up? That's what I want to ask you that real quick.
I just saw that a lot of things are opening. I forget when, tomorrow or the next day. Movie theaters, I think, and a lot. So I don't know about it, but
I think they released something like a month ago saying that they wouldn't be opening this season.
That's crazy. That's the first time probably in their over 100-year history.
Yeah, I think
That's
they're
my
probably
favorite
just
place in the world.
people sick, just for having fun. So.
You broke up for a quick second. Repeat that last sentence.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking they probably just don't want to get people sick just to put money in their pockets.
Yeah, well, they got to figure out a way. We'll figure it out. They're gonna figure out how to detect people and see what else happens. Let's see. I heard. Wait, what did she say? I heard more is open in Cleveland than there. So okay, well there you go. That's good. Well, thanks for coming on. We're gonna zap you off. So just anything you want to say to anybody out there?
Not really, although I'm coming to Michigan soon sometime.
Well, I have a question. My friends wanted to go to some drive-through safari thing or zoo.
Yes, I've been through that. It's in Port Clinton, I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's fun because you're in your car.
Yeah, I think I might go.
We should go down there. Yeah, let's go.
Not country safari in Florida or anything. It's kind of like Billy Bob's drive-through zoo.
Cool.
But it's fun.
That's cool.
So.
All right. Well, thank you for the book. That's a great story about anti-bullying and things like that. And yeah, I get bullied all the time. Just ask Donna. She always picks something. I don't like it. All right. Thank you, Linda. Thank you very much. And say hi to everybody in Cleveland. Bye.
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 All right. Well, there you go. See, that was nice. That was positive. So that's all it is, you guys. You can do it from your bedroom, your car, your house. Try not to do it from the bathroom, please. I mean, what? In today's day, who knows what? I don't know. I mean, I guess you could. I was like, I just don't know if that'll flag us on Facebook. I mean, if somebody's cutting hair and the neighbor who's a CEO is ratting them out, I mean, you think I'm going to sit there and not expect? I mean, not anything to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, they got their show kicked off because somebody was, in their restroom facility. Oh man. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah,
that irritates me though. That whole scenario. Like, okay, you're not going to give me what I want, so I'm gonna tell on you.
That's not positive. That's a -10. Negative.
It is, but it irritates me.
We should have a show. I was thinking about this, different featured shows. Like if we have a guest, like a Chris Swanson, like we did with Neil Rockhine and Joey Zago. In fact, put some banner out there. We need a banner. Promote some businesses. Oh, by the way, my friend Matt Aubrey, they're opening Tap and Barrel. We should bring Matt on too. We should call Matt. Bring Matt on to talk
Yeah,
about
want
that.
to talk about his business and how
Yeah.
it's affected him.
Yeah, I there's a woman out there. Well, there's a bunch of people out there that are, I said that I want them to come on. We're going to do one on because I know enough people like Ryan Beal and a few other people that are dealing with social issues, mental health, depression, suicide, divorce, all those kind of things. We're going to have a night dedicated to that randomly, but we'll, when it's applicable. I know I have a doctor friend. I asked him to come on. His name's Dr. Tom. I'm not going to say his whole name, but because I don't want to put anybody on the spot if they don't because sometimes it's scheduling that doesn't work for a lot of people. And we don't want to put anybody, their business, their personal life, anything in harm's way or in jeopardy, anything like that. In fact, that's all up on you because we're never going to ask you questions or, say anything that's going to reveal or expose you in a bad light. It's just not possible. And I've worked with enough people in my lifetime to know that. And I know Dawn is the same way. I think we've pretty much displayed that for the most part. And, if there's something, if you want to come on for, 30 seconds, hey, I want to say happy birthday to somebody or put a message out there or say, hey, I'm going to be tomorrow. I'm going to have a garage sale at my house or whatever. Or if you have an idea, say, hey, I want to come on and talk real quick. I want to say, it's too long for me to text and I want to just talk about what I think would be a good idea. And it could be totally, some idea that never happens, but one idea will spark another idea. And that's how inventions happen that work. So that's another thing. Tales from the Bully. Oh, that was good. I didn't even notice you doing that. You are so good, Donna.
What's
Seems
ET? Oh,
ET what?
I just copied and pasted what I got.
Oh, maybe it's Cetero or I think that's a typo. I'm
Okay.
convinced that's a typo. So Cedar Point, man, doesn't Samir love Cedar Point? Every year he posts that.
Yeah, we usually take a trip. I
love Cedar Point.
The staff for Annex and 350 once every summer. We usually take a trip to Cedar Point.
What's your favorite ride? What's your favorite thing to do there? I mean, it changes from the time you're a kid. And then don't you hate when they convert?
Because they come up with the new rides. So like I love the Millennium Force. That's still one of my favorite rides. The Raptor. I still like the Raptor.
Mm-hmm.
What's the new one called? There's a new one that they turned that wooden roller coaster on. Do you know what I'm talking about, Chris?
Wait, wait, say that one more time.
So the wooden roller coaster they used to have.
The Mine Ride, the Mean Streak.
Yeah, they turned that into another roller coaster. Whatever that roller coaster is now.
That was the worst roller coaster.
But the new roller coaster that they made is bad. Like it's like awesome.
That's what
like,
they said. They fixed everything on it and they converted it into something good. Well, that was, they had a lot of conversions. You know what I hated? You know what I really didn't like? And it was a slow ride, but I liked seeing it, was the Point. That one that would go up slowly. It was like a round cylinder that went up a pole.
I don't know that one.
It was by where the old Funhouse used to be. Did you ever go to the Funhouse?
How long ago was this?
Oh my God, years ago. Well, when did you start going? I've been going there. Let's see, I'm 30, so let's see.
In the 90s?
Oh my God, no.
Because we would go to Babalo in the late 80s.
Oh, Babalo sucked.
I know it did, but
the boat was the only good part.
But we used to go to Babalo Island in my middle school, and then when you get to high school, it was Cedar Point.
Yeah, no, Cedar Point crushed.
Probably because we weren't tall enough to go on the rides at the other one.
They still have those kiddie rides. It was funny because I took Sophia right when she was born, and I was still married at the time, and she liked it. And then of course Dante and Sophia. I got Dante. I got a lot of pictures when he was a little kid, at Cedar Point, and when he was little, tons. And it's like, oh God. It's funny, like when I go to places, it's like, so that's why I like seeing the positive stories. Witch's Wheel. Which one I don't? What's that one? It's the one swing that spins around. It's by the what do you call it? Those games. The Midway games that they have.
Is it the one that comes up and then you're on a swing and they're like strings with a seat on it?
It's like Max Air or something. Max something. Oh, that would never get me on that one. I don't like the pirate boat that goes back and forth. That one's horrible.
I used to like that ride, like at the fairs that they have around.
Yeah. Those rides. Let's see. I was kind of symbolic. Like Blue Streak, I think is the only one that I don't know if they tore it down, but that was like the last old one they had. Did you ever go
They
on
still have the Gemini though.
the Gemini still there? You know, Frank Chambers and a whole bunch of us. We used to go. That was when they first opened that one up. That was before Magnum, and it was right before the Corkscrew. I never liked the Corkscrew, but I thought it was
I
cool.
wasn't a fan. I don't like they got rid of the stand-up one. What was it? The Mantis?
Oh, they did. I never went on that one.
I had went on that, and I have a bad back. My back cannot handle the stand-up one because it would jerk you around just a little bit too much, even though there was like a seat, you know what I mean? But it jerked me around too much. I couldn't handle that one. Like I went on it like the first 2 years they opened it, but then after that I'm like, I'm not going on that one anymore because it just, like I said, it just jerked you around. Now something else. I forgot, what is it called? The Raven or something?
The what?
No, that's another one.
The Iron Dragon? Oh, Raptor. You're thinking of the Raptor. Right?
No, it's called something else now. That stand-up one, the Mantis, is called. They got a new ride. They put a new ride into it.
Yeah. Well, what's it called?
I don't remember.
I never went on the Maverick. How's that one? It's red.
Maverick. I think that's the newest one, right?
No,
the
yeah,
Maverick,
a couple years ago.
No, the Maverick. That's not the newer one. Maverick's good. I
Oh,
remember.
they had like Roku. It's sort of like Roku. It's like weird, like Roku or Rock or some weird
I
name.
thought it was started with a V.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't been there in like 2 or 3 years. I stopped going probably like 2 or 3. I went with Mike, my brother, and my kids, and that was probably 3 or 4 years ago when they started doing that speed pass. You know, you could buy the speed pass.
Oh yeah, you have to get the speed. I always get the speed pass.
It's like $90 on top of. Isn't it like 90 on top of the ticket?
It's worth it though. I mean, you can ride all the roller coasters multiple times. Like no line, no real line.
What happens when everybody buys it? Then what do you do?
I think they only sell so many per day.
Oh, is that what it is now?
Yeah.
They got that figured out. Yeah, Disney actually started that years ago when my kids are little. It's weird because, and then as soon as I couldn't take my kids anywhere, I kind of stopped going. But I did enjoy. But you know what I found out is
They
I got
still
older.
have the Iron Dragon. I'm looking up all the.
Sabrina loved that one because your feet dangle, I think. Or
No,
that's the
that
Raptor.
is
But the Iron Dragon's still cool. You got to get the Millennium Force. That's the one.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, that one shoots you right out, man. That one. How many times can you ride that in one day?
Couple times.
Couple times. That's about it. You can't hold a phone though. You can't like outside.
Yeah, the Raptor, your feet dangle, and then the other one, the Iron Dragon. I think you're in like a cubby car type.
Yeah,
of
it's turquoise, I think. You know what I really like? I didn't like it as a kid, but I like it as I got older. Like the museum they have by the big Ferris wheel in Frontierland, and then the shows and stuff like that. And then the only places you can go to get air conditioned off when it's really hot and muggy is like those little in Frontierland. They have those like saloons or those little candy places.
Mm-hmm.
With ice cream and all that is, and you just stand there, and they don't there's like nowhere to sit. So you might be tired, but you just sit there and just let that cold air hit you for a minute, right?
Maybe that ride is the Ragaroo.
See, I told you it was something. I see
The Rogaroo.
Didn't I say it would start with an R? I was like,
Yeah, the Mantis, I believe, turned
comes
into
up with
the
that name?
Rogaroo.
Like, let's turn it into something we can't pronounce. We're gonna we're gonna be at the Ragaroo,
The Bell Raven is the newest one.
the ravioli ride. That's where we're going. We're going to the ravioli ride with a K. Ravioli, rock and roll.
The Bell
that
Raven
one.
one. That one was a good one. But last
what?
year when we went, we couldn't go. They had it shut down for some reason. I can't remember why.
I like when they had the theater and they had like all the stuff. First there was an IMAX, and then they had like shows. You could
At
just
Cedar Point?
Yeah, it's that big. It's like a theater looking place. Yeah, it's like where the center where they do the laser light show. They have like there's a theater. There used to be a theater right there, and it was a brick building. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Anybody know what I'm talking about? Because she always, it was there forever and ever and ever. It was an IMAX theater, and then they turned it into like a show, like a magic. It was like a
I don't
theater.
know. I didn't really participate in any of the extra stuff. I was all about just the roller coasters.
Sure. Well, they also had like a Sea World. Oh, remember Jungle Gym thing? They had this zoo. They had a big zoo with like, macaws and alligators. And it was like a jungle gym safari. It was right by the Corkscrew. And it was a big like safari. They had everything. It was a big zoo. They even had elephants and stuff back then. And then every year it just got less and less and less, and it kind of disappeared. Politically incorrect. What? Oh, and what was the other one? They had a theater with it was like a little mini Sea World, and then that was where the road. They were talking about the rotor. This rotor was where there was a fun house that you would walk into. There was a lady upside down rocking in a chair. You could walk through this maze, and then it was really cool. They had it for years and years, and then they got rid of it. I don't know why they got rid of it. It was kind of cool. And then they had a roller coaster years ago called the Jumbo Jet, and then they encased it and turned it into Disaster Transport. You don't remember Disaster Transport? That was it was like an indoor roller coaster they had. You don't remember that? What the hell? You're not a true Cedar Portian.
I only went once a year.
But still, you should
Maybe
know all the
twice.
rides. Do the history. I'm like, now they just have rats. Who has rats? Who has rats? How do we get into rats? Anyway, all right. So, let's put it this way. It's 12:28. We can end it right now, unless you guys want to say something or do something. I'll give you guys like 60 seconds to somebody.
No, we can just end it.
Should we? Yeah. Okay. Tomorrow night we'll have some fun. We'll do some music. If we do get a guest, an impromptu guest, we'll dedicate an entire hour to that or less. And what kind of should we do? Trivia and music? What kind of music should we do? Should we do guess Donna?
Well,
Donna will come up with songs that none of you have heard before.
yeah.
Or we could have a Marilyn Manson hour, right?
I can come up with songs that no one probably would hear. Well, yeah, no one will guess. Then it would take a long time, at least. Yeah.
Oh, let me see. Hold on. Oh, Pocket Full.
We could play Stump the DJ, and we could play songs to stump Chris.
Yeah. Let's stump Chris. Stump Chris.
It'll be really easy to stump me because I won't get it, but
you won't get it.
I don't my knowledge is not as broad as yours.
That is true. You know why? Because I am a genius.
Quit calling yourself a doofus. Like, seriously.
Wow, that's not nice.
It's not nice. You're calling yourself that.
So, I was going to do it tonight for my son. I wasn't going to sing or anything, but I was going to play a song from a gentleman by the name of Russ Irwin, I wrote the song before Dante had passed. In fact, Dante was going to play the guitar on it, and I was going to do this, the keyboard and the synthesizer work and stuff like that on it. And a gentleman by the name of Russ Irwin, who I just sent a message out to, he had his own solo career, and he's played with a lot of different bands. In fact, he was going to play with the Stone Temple Pilots this year, and of course they got canceled. But he also was the keyboard player for Aerosmith for a handful of years. And he actually lives in California, in LA. And you can Google him if you want, Wikipedia, whatever. And he wrote a song. He wrote his version of it and sent it back to me because he liked the story through a friend of mine named Debbie. And so he and I are Facebook friends. So if you want to check him out, just look at because I have a public profile. You guys check it out. His name's Russ Irwin, and he did this. So it was 9 months ago, actually about right now, that we were walking Dante for the last time. And I don't want it to be morbid or sad for anybody, because I mean it is for me. But I postponed that thing. But I also know that he really cared about life, and I got his sisters, my daughters upstairs. And the reason I do this isn't just for them, and it isn't necessarily for me. It's for anybody out there that. Because honestly, if he not passed, we wouldn't even be on this right now. we wouldn't be. I would have never been on Facebook for what reason? Nobody follows me that much anyway. So, but I do thank the people that have been part of it and who've gotten something out of it. And of course, Donna has been, a blessing bonus in disguise. You have been, girl. You know that.
Thank you.
And so, when Cedar Point opens up, we're going. Hey, do you want to? Should we get something to eat tomorrow? Because my girls are. But should we do Manjan Lao or something, or do you want something else?
I know Manjan Lao is doing by reservation only, but I don't know when they start that.
Oh, I was just gonna get some food. Period. I don't know what, maybe or not. No big deal. We'll talk about that later. So let's see. I never actually listened to this song all the way through. I never listened to it all the way through. So, I'm gonna see. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it. It's called "Inherit Me." He changed the lyrics. I actually have the different lyrics. He's changed about a little bit of them, and him and I were gonna actually redo the whole song again. And I was going to add some more stuff to it, some more instruments, but with everything that's been going on, I'm like, it's been crazy. Has it not been crazy, everybody? Okay. So at the very least, have a great night. I hope you guys make magic happen. Trust the process. Find some love. If you're really mean or you're really angry, take it down a notch, a couple. And if you're at the angry level of 10, take it down to maybe like a 5. And I feel you, man. I feel you. I feel anything you feel negative or mad or want to get mad at this person or that person. I instantly go, yeah, they're probably right. But I realize I can't. That will consume me to the point I just won't. I'll stop. My heart will stop. You know what I mean? I will. So anyway, this is for anybody out there that. Who remembers somebody? You know what? This goes out to my cousin Mark, my son Dante, your mom and dad Donna. I know Linda lost her mom. Anybody else there might have lost somebody. The reason I wrote the song wasn't to make somebody feel sad or lonely. It was because I wrote it in a universal way, and Dante liked it when I explained it to him, and I'll explain as fast as I can. It was for anybody out there, that lost somebody and they didn't have enough pictures with that person. They didn't say the right things. They didn't have a last moment or time, because if you could go back in time, you'd say, man, I wish I would have hugged that person or spent more time with that person. Or if I knew that was the last time I was going to see them, or whatever the case, whatever your situation or scenario is, it was going to apply to you, and it was going to say, you know what, inherit them. Let their memory be your legacy, and then carry that on, and then carry on the good part. And that's exactly what I did to Dante. I carried his name on as best I could. He was supposed to be, I was supposed to be his legacy, not the other way around. And that's what I thought when I wrote the song. And unfortunately, life changed. So, whether you like to hear that message or not, that's the message. And this one's for you. All right, Donna, I'm going to play this one and then we can say goodnight. All right.
Okay.
And if you want to drink wine or pour yourself a glass, it's
I'm out.
Let's see. Again, I've never heard this all the way through. I think I've heard 10 seconds of it. It's still Thursday, right? No, it's Friday.
It was impossible to see. Maybe God's plans are testing me. Wishing we only had the time to say goodbye. Now I can't answer the question why. Maybe these tears were meant to cry. And all the memories is all that's left behind. Inherit me, you are my legacy. Give me the strength when I can't go on. Give me the faith to carry on. Inherit me, will you remember me? Up in the sky where you don't belong. Stars in the night, I wish upon inherit me. There's only rain when the sun shines through. There's only pain in what I do. Left with the emptiness, I'm trying to forget. And but one day I will be free, and in my heart there will be peace. Let the light shine on me, so I can find my way. Inherit me, you are a part of me. Give me the strength when I can't go on. Give me the faith to carry on. Inherit me, will you remember me? Up in the sky where you don't belong. Stars in the night, I wish upon. And when the words don't come out right, will you see me here tonight? Inherit me, you are a part of me. Give me the strength when I can't go on. Give me the faith to carry on. Inherit me, you are a part of me. Give me the strength when I can't go on. Give me the faith to carry on. Inherit me, will you remember me? Up in the sky when you don't belong. Stars in the night, I wish upon. Inherit me, inherit me, oh, inherit me, inherit me.
That one's for you, Donna.
Thanks. That's a good song.
Yeah. Well. Anyway, all right. Well, hopefully I put a smile on your face a little bit. Somebody, anybody. Tomorrow night we'll make it a little bit more
Fun.
fun. I'll put the FU in fun. All right.
Add the N to the fun. Oh, the FU.
The FU. Yeah, not the un, not the under the fun. Okay, so let me see. Oops. Yeah, thanks, Pam. Thanks, you guys. All right. So if you guys ever want to come on or do something or whatever, that's great too. So, and until we run out of time, money, or whatever, we'll be back tomorrow, right?
Yeah. We'll
So,
see everyone. Have a good night. Bye.